gets the best music in the country all day. We are Alabama's country giant, WQSB.
It's time for the most listened to high school football scoreboard show in the state of Alabama. The WQSB High School Football Scoreboard, presented by Southern Elite Realty in Guntersville. For the next 3 hours, we'll give you the scores for this week's games and the naming of the high school team of the week. Now, let's go to the scoreboard with your hosts, Jeff Allen and Phil Harris, on Alabama's country giant, WQSB.
And good evening and welcome back to the High School Football Scoreboard Week 5. And 94 games on our schedule for tonight. 11 teams with byes. There's 5 non-region games tonight. A warm night to get us started, but kind of cooling off here as we've reached, Phil, for some teams, the halfway point of the season.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe that we're already midway through the season. It goes quick. You know, it seems like we get that first Friday night. Next thing you know, we're mid-season. Playoff implications are starting to take shape. A lot of rivalry games. But another important week of high school football in Alabama.
A couple of final scores already in this evening. One in 1A8, Region 8 tonight. It was Appalachian on the road at Ider tonight, and the Eagles pick up win number 5 on the season. They're 5-0. They defeat Ider tonight 49-0. And up at 5 tonight, they celebrated a happy homecoming with a 54-14 win over Brindley Mountain. Those two final scores already in this evening as we kick off Week 5 of the High School Football Scoreboard. Now to games in progress. 7A Region 4 tonight. Albertville is over in Decatur playing Austin of Decatur. In the third quarter, it's Austin 16, Albertville 6. Sparkman leads Huntsville, though Huntsville has cut into the lead. It's now Sparkman 26, Huntsville 21. James Clemens shutting out Grissom tonight 27-0. And it's Florence surprising Bob Jones. Bob Jones unbeaten, ranked number 8 this week in the state, but Florence is on top at home tonight, 14-0. Out of 7A Region 3, it's Hewitt-Trussville leading Hillcrest of Tuscaloosa in a battle of top 10 teams. It's Hewitt 17, Hillcrest nothing. Hoover has came back in the second half. They've taken a 28-23 lead over Prattville. It's Thompson leading Vestavia Hills in a battle of ranked teams. It's Thompson 28, Vestavia Hills 3, and Oak Mountain is shutting out Tuscaloosa County 29-0.
Dropping down to Class 6A, important region matchup this week. People don't realize this out of 6A Region 8, but Fort Payne and May Jemison going at it. May Jemison has really improved over the last couple of seasons. They're 2-0 in region play going into that. And giving Fort Payne all they want, May Jemison has finally scored. They've held Fort Payne. Fort Payne's drove deep into May Jemison territory 4 different times, but they've had to kick 3 field goals. So it's kept May Jemison in it. May Jemison has just scored with 10 minutes to go. It's now Fort Payne 16 and May Jemison 6. So an important 6A region matchup there. Right now, Gaston City's on top of Hazel Green, 14-0. Buckhorn having no problem with Lee as they're into the second half. It's 35-0. Southside had an open date this week. 6A Region 7, Muscle Shoals all over Coleman, 35-0. Hartselle leads Decatur 21-0. Jasper's on top of Athens 23-6. Columbia had an open date this week. 6A Region 6 right now, Mountain Brook is leading over Oxford 21-14. It is Clay Chalkville on top of Brandon, Mississippi 23-7. Last night, Pell City beat Huffman 49-7, and we haven't gotten anything yet in on Pinson Valley and Shades Valley.
I feel Clay Chalkville has added a touchdown in their game. It's now 30-7 as they lead Brandon, Mississippi at home in a non-region game tonight. Moving on to Class 5A tonight, where Boaz is on the road at Douglas. The 42nd meeting between these two Marshall County rivals. It's been all Boaz. They're up 38-7. A good one going on in the 97th meeting between Guntersville and Arab. I told folks today there should be a name for this game. It should be a name game between Guntersville and Arab. But anyway, they're playing at the Sportsplex tonight. Guntersville is on top with about 4 minutes to go. It's the Wildcats 14 and the Arab Knights 10. Scottsboro leads Sardis, a very emotional night for Sardis. but Scottsboro on top of Sardis 28-7, and Brewer had an open date this week. Moving on to 5A Region 6 tonight, Jacksonville surprising leads. It's 27-7. The Golden Eagles leading leads in the second half. Springville leads Lincoln 20-14. It's St. Clair County on top of Centerpoint 24-2, and Moody. This game was tied, but Moody has scored 10 consecutive points and unanswered points here. They lead 24-14. Out of 5A Region 7 tonight, it's Fairview on top of Lawrence County 34-0. Priceville shutting out East Limestone 17-0, and Russellville also pitching a shutout. They're up 21-0, and West Point has the night off.
Update, Jeff, on that Priceville game. Priceville now is up 24-0 over East Limestone. In Class 4A Region 6 right now, Asheville's leading over Etowah 13-12. Anniston in the fourth quarter now leads over Oaks Bluff 21-0. This game pretty much has been all Anniston all night long. Cherokee County and White Plains, this has been a good football game. Cherokee County got out 20-0, but White Plains has closed it down to 20-11 as they play second half. Alexandria leads over Aniana 35-14. 4A Region 8, right now Westminster leads DAR 24-0. It is North Jackson on top of New Hope 35-0. Randolph's leading St. John Paul 21-7, and now Plainview is really socking it to Pisgah. They've scored again. It's now 55-24. Remember last year, Jeff, it was the other way around. It was Plainview played well in the first half, and Pisgah kind of took over in the second half. Well, it's the exact opposite this year. Plainview now up 55-24, non-region game, but a big rivalry game between those two.
Austin has scored. They've taken a 17-point lead over the Albertville Aggies. They're just into the fourth quarter in Decatur tonight. Another final score just in Class 3A, and then I'm about to run down the 3A scores. The number one team in Class 3A is Mars Hill, and they roll over Lauderdale County 42-7 tonight. So they get the win there. Also, it is a final down in Hoax Bluff tonight, and Hoax Bluff was shut out at home by Anniston. The Anniston Bulldogs, an impressive win as they're now 4-0 on the season. They shut out the Hoax Bluff Eagles 24-0. That is a final score, and it looks like in that Gadsden City game, just an update is right now, Hazel Green has scored, got a 2-point conversion. It's 14-8 as Gadsden City on the road over in Madison County tonight. Hazel Green trailing by a touchdown 14-8. Moving on to Class 3A action tonight. We told you that the Fife Red Devils have picked up win number 4 on the year at home tonight. They beat Brindley Mountain 54-14. Geraldine leads Holly Pond in the fourth quarter 42-6. It's Collinsville leading Asbury 43-13. And Sylvania at home tonight against Whitesburg Christian. The Rams lead 28-14. Moving on to 3A Region 6. Piedmont has just added another touchdown. This game was tied 14-14 at one point. Piedmont has scored 18 unanswered points. It's 32-14. The Bulldogs lead at the Field of Champions tonight over Westbrook. J.B. Pennington in the 60th battle between these two Blount County schools. J.B. Pennington leads Locust Fork 27-14. It's Ohatchee on top of Weaver 13-6. Walter Welborn leads Sachs 14-6. And Glencoe, who is playing as well as anyone right now in that region, they have a bye this week.
Sylvania has scored again, Jeff. They have now extended the lead over Whitesburg Christian, now 35-14. Homecoming up at Rams Stadium, and boy, a needed win, and they're getting it right now as they started the season 0-3, but they're on top of Whitesburg Christian as they play in the fourth quarter.
Phil, let me pass this final. Just got it in from Collinsville. 43-19 is your final score from Collinsville tonight, as Collinsville picks up win number 3 on the year as they beat Asbury 43-19, and that game has gone final.
Okay, we'll take it down to Class 2A. Right now, Coosa Christian's all over Susan Moore. Score right now 42-14. Cleveland in the second half leads West End 21-13. This has been a great game. Of course, we figured it would be. Faultville and Southeastern tied 14-14 as they play second half. Cold Springs is on top of Winston County 28-12. 2A Region 7, North Sand Mountain all over Gaston in the second half. Scored there 48-0. North Sand Mountain so far this year has only given up 7 points, and they are really sticking it to Gaston right now. Section right now is on top of Cedar Bluff, and what might be a little bit of a surprise, Section needing a big win, and right now they're on top 19-7.
All right, moving on to Class 1A tonight, where we've got one final score in this evening, where Appalachian has shut out Ider 49-0. The best game in 1A Region 8 tonight is down at Raglan, as Woodville, coming off that big win over Spring Garden at home last week. They're on the road at Raglan. They got out to an early lead, but Raglan has came back. It's now 15-12 is the last score we had from down at Joan Ford Stadium at Raglan tonight. And Spring Garden, they bounced back big. They were leading 51-16. This was a halftime score. Hadn't got an update in the third quarter. That game was late going to halftime because of the number of points scored. But Spring Garden was on top of Valley Head, 51-16. And Galesville had an open date this week. So final scores this evening that we already have in tonight. It was Anniston over Oaks Bluff, 24-0. Fife over Brindley Mountain, 54-14. Collinsville has defeated Asbury 43-19. Mars Hill Bible rolls over Lauderdale County 42-7, and it was Appalachian shutting out Ider 49-0. Those are finals that we have in already this evening here in week number 5. Southern Elite Realty, serving all of North Alabama. Let Jerry O'Neill and his veteran team of agents provide you with a winning experience. Check them out at mysouthernelite.com. Southern Elite Realty, where great real estate is built on a firm foundation.
Friday nights in the fall are special nights in our communities. It's when everyone comes together to cheer for our football teams, bands, and cheerleaders. This is DeKalb County Sheriff Nick Weldon. As you enjoy this football Friday night, I would like for you to think about the young people who are making decisions right now that could put their future at risk. Drugs are destroying the lives of our youth. Help us stop drug activity by reporting it to the DeKalb County Sheriff's Office. Call us at 845-3801.
Support your favorite team in school colors from Dixie Designs, Denson Avenue in Boaz. Dixie Designs can create a logo or custom artwork for your school, church, business, or upcoming event. From screen printing to embroidery, the team at Dixie Designs can do it all. T-shirts, caps, sweats, jackets, polos, uniforms, and much more. Dixie Designs is the official printer of the WQSB Team of the Week T-shirts. Dixie Designs, 415 Denson Avenue in Boaz. Quality sportswear that you can wear every day.
Everybody in the community enjoys a football Friday night, coming together to cheer on your favorite team in schools. For over 75 years, Marshall DeKalb Electric Cooperative has provided the electricity to heat and cool the homes, schools, businesses, and light the playing fields in our communities. Marshall DeKalb Electric employees Scott Bobo, Sonia England, Jennifer Rosales, Tracy Massey, Maria Quintana, Araceli Serrano, and Heath Davidson were proud to play, cheer, and perform for Crossville High School, and now provide you with the power for your everyday life.
For 73 years, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service has been the place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. Our family takes pride in carrying on the tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose the people you can trust. With 12 locations to serve you, including Albertville, Gunnersville, and Gadsden, at Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
Pax Nursery and Garden Center on Highway 168 between Boaz and Kilpatrick reminds you fall is time for planting, and they have a large selection of fruit trees, blackberry plants, grapevines, blueberry bushes, shade and flowering trees, encore azaleas, hydrangeas, roses, hollies, boxwoods, and much more. They also have mulch, pine straw, concrete pots, and statuary. Follow them on Facebook to see what's new. Pax Nursery and Garden Center, open Monday through Friday 7:30 to 4:30 and Saturdays till noon.
Friday night lights are shining bright across our community, and Coca-Cola United is proud to be on the sidelines cheering with you. From the first kickoff to the final whistle, we're here to support our hometown athletes, coaches, and fans. Nothing brings people together like football, and nothing refreshes like an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola United, celebrating our community, one game at a time.
The snap is good, the connection is great. FTC brings fiber internet to your home turf this football season. No buffering, no dropped connections, just reliable high-speed internet that's built to perform where it matters most. Whether you're streaming the game or checking the scores, we've got the speed you need. Score big with FTC's Fiber, your home team for high-speed internet. Call 256-638-2144 or visit farmerstel.com today. FTC, we keep you connected.
You can listen to high school football action each week on WQSB's sister station. WKXX 102.9 brings you Hoax Bluff Eagles football, and Power 107.5 covers Albertville Aggie football. Now back to the scoreboard on Alabama's country giant WQSB.
And congratulations to our student athletes of the week. Tristan Hudson of Pisgah High School, who's a cross-country runner, and Zoe Williams, who plays flag football at Albertville High School. Student Athlete of the Week is made possible each week by Bring Your Own Bids Retail and Mike Richards Automotive. And you're listening to the High School Football Scoreboard. A couple of finals in Region 7 in Class 6A. It was Muscle Shoals over Coleman 42-0 tonight. Jasper has defeated Athens 30-13. Hartselle on top of Decatur 42-7. Other scores in 6A and 6A Region 8, it's Fort Payne leading May Jemison 22-6. Gadsden City trying to hold on the road. It's 14-8. They're playing at Hazel Green tonight, and Buckhorn is shutting out Lee 35-0. 6A Region 6, one final from last night was Pell City defeating Huffman 49-7. Clay Chalkville is leading Brandon, Mississippi. Of course, that's a non-region game. It's 30-7, and Mountain Brook is on top of Oxford, 21-14. And I do have a final score now from that Hartselle and Decatur game, 42-7. That game has just gone final. Hartselle now 4-0 on the year, ranked number 5 in Class 6A. That was a 92nd meeting. That's 9 in a row now for Hartselle over Decatur in that Morgan County battlefield.
Couple of updates. Fort Payne has added another touchdown, got an interception in the score. They're now up 29-6, and Mountain Brook right now is leading over Oxford 35-14. We're going to all scores this time, or we're just the partials?
Just the partials.
Okay. All right. In Class 5A, Region 8, right now it's Boaz leading over Douglas 45-7. This one has gone final. The Gunnersville Wildcats have held off Arab 14-10. You know, this is one of those series, and we talk about it a lot, where you throw the records out in this game. It really doesn't matter. It's always a war. Great game tonight, 14-10 Gunners.
It seems like Arab every year steps up their game to play Gunnersville. They got the early lead. Gunnersville came back. It was tied at half. It was just a great high school football atmosphere in the game over there. And I got a text from a listener about naming the game the Battle of Highway 69.
Yeah.
So that's we'll call it the Battle of Highway 69 as Gunnersville gets the win tonight, 14-10.
Arab had kicked a field goal with 5 minutes left, headed to 4, but Gunnersville was able to hold off and win that one. Scottsboro up big right now over Sardis. Well, this Scottsboro football team, very impressive. Since that loss to Fort Payne, they have been a juggernaut on the offensive side of the football. 35-7 as they lead over Sardis in the second half. Brewer had an open date this week. 5A Region 6, Jacksonville. This is a bit of a surprise here. They knocked off Leeds 30-7. It was Springville leading over Lincoln 23-14. St. Clair County up big over Centerpoint 24-2. Moody was leading over Helena 24-14, non-region game there. 5A Region 7, Fairview is leading 34-0 over Lawrence County. Priceville was up on East Limestone 24-0, and Russellville was leading over Ardmore 28-3.
Helena is taking the fight to Moody tonight, Phil. It's now 31-28 Moody over Helena, as Helena has fought back and got back in that game. That's in the fourth quarter right now down at Moody. Moving on to Class 4A tonight. One final from 4A Region 6 this evening. Anniston has shut out Hoax Bluff 24-0. Cherokee County was on top of White Plains 20-11. Alexandria led Aniana 35-14. And Asheville was on top of Etowah 13-12. Out of 4A Region 8, it was Westminster shutting out DAR 24-0. North Jackson was shutting out New Hope 35-0. Randolph was leading St. John Paul 21-7, and Plainview was on top of Pisgah 55-24. And we do have a final now from that North Jackson game. It has gone final as North Jackson has defeated New Hope this evening 49-0 as North Jackson now 4-1 on the year. That only loss was to Scottsboro, and Scottsboro's playing as well as anyone right now. So this North Jackson team trying to defend their championship there. And Phil got an update on Alexandria and Aniana before you move on to 3A. It's now 49-27 down at Death Valley tonight in the fourth quarter as Alexandria leads Aniana 49-27.
Aniana can score some points, but they're having trouble slowing folks down, and that's the way it's gone so far tonight. 3A Region 8, kind of surprising, but all the finals are already in. Fife has defeated Brindley Mountain 55-14. Geraldine all over Holly Pond 45-6. Collinsville wins over Asbury 43-19, and Sylvania picks up their first win of the year. So congratulations to Coach Brad Waldrop. I know it's been a frustrating 3 weeks of the season, but they get their first win tonight. That'll make him feel a little bit better. The Rams win over Whitesburg Christian 35-14. 3A Region 6, Piedmont's leading over Westbrook 32-14. J.B. Pennington leads Locust Fork 27-14. Ohatchee is leading Weaver 13-6. Walter Wilburn is up on top of Sachs 14-6, and as we told you, Glencoe has an open date this week.
Welburn has added a J.B. Pennington has added a touchdown. They're on top of Locust Fork now 33-14 in that game at Bluntsville tonight. Moving on to Class 2A, one final in from 2A Region 6 where Cleveland has picked up win number 2 on the year, their first region win as Cleveland defeats West End tonight 33-26. Southeastern has taken the lead. They now lead with about 3 minutes to go in the game on the road at Falkville. The Mustangs lead Falkville 21-14. Cold Springs in a non-region game is leading Winston County 28-18. Coosa Christian, they're on top of Susan Moore. Understand there was an injured player in that game that kind of has delayed that game. They're just about midway through the third quarter is Coosa Christian on top of Susan Moore 49-14. North Sand Mountain at home tonight against Gaston. This game has probably ended, but it was 48-0 the last report we had. Section was on top of Cedar Bluff 19-7. And Phil, haven't got any report tonight unless you've got something on Sandrock and Pleasant Valley.
Just got something. They're in the fourth quarter. Pleasant Valley leads over Sandrock 28-0.
All right. So you can move on to your 1A scores there.
Okay, got an update on Fort Payne. They just picked up a fumble and run it in. So the wheels have kind of run off after Mae Jemison had cut the lead to 16-6. Fort Payne has really blowed this thing open. It is now 36-6 as they lead over Mae Jemison. 3 straight touchdowns has blowed that game wide open with about 3 minutes to go. In Class 1A, of course, we told you second half Valley Head was trailing to Spring Garden. Spring Garden was up big 51-16, and that was the halftime score. Appalachian has defeated Ider 49-0. Great game here, Woodville and Raglan. Right now, Woodville is leading 15-12 over Raglan. Galesville had an open date this week.
Phil, I've got an update for you from that Woodland and Raglan game down at Joan Ford Stadium. It's now 29-26. Woodville still on top, but it's a great one in that 1A Region 8. Woodville trying to stay unbeaten in region play to go to 4-1. That'll be their best start in school history if they get to 4-1. A couple of updates before I go on to our 7A scores. Vincent has defeated Sulligent tonight. We want to pass that final along to you. Just got it in. It was 34-8 was the final score as Sulligent gets the win tonight. 34-8, or excuse me, Vincent gets the win over Sulligent tonight. Plainview has scored again. It's now 21. I make that 61-24, 61-24 in the fourth quarter. Moving on to Class 7A tonight. Albertville has just added a touchdown in the fourth quarter. It's Austin 23, Albertville 14 as they play in the fourth quarter. Sparkman leading Huntsville 26-21. It's James Clemens shutting out Grissom 27-0. Florence is on top of Bob Jones now. It's 24-0 in that game. And 7A Region 3, Hewitt-Trussville shutting out Hillcrest Tuscaloosa 17-0. Hoover leads Prattville 28-23. Thompson on top of Vestavia Hills 28-3. And Oak Mountain is shutting out Tuscaloosa County 29-0. Phil, you got an update before we go to break?
The only other update I have is Mountain Brook has scored again. They have extended the lead over Oxford now to 35-14.
All right, Trey, do you have something before we go to break?
Won 35-3 over Vestavia.
That is a finalist. Thompson ranked number 2 in the state. They stay unbeaten in region play. They're 3-0. Make it your Friday night tradition by listening to the High School Football Scoreboard. And you can listen on FM 105.1, WQSB, Power 107.5 FM, or WKXX FM 102.9, or download the app and listen wherever you go. And you're listening to the High School Football Scoreboard.
Hey, it's Friday Night Lights. Cooler weather and great deals on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs at Alexander Ford in Boaz. Come see us before you buy your next vehicle. We do not have what you want. We'll order it for you. We have been in business for over 50 years and want to thank our customers and invite you to come see why people come see us again and again. The automobile business has changed, but Alexander Ford still values family, friendships, and good hometown people. Good luck to your school this football season, and come see us at Alexander Ford in Boaz.
At First Southern Bank, we've been serving our community since 1935, starting small, growing strong, and always investing in what matters more, you. From personal checking to business loans, we're here to help you save smarter, borrow with confidence, and build a stronger future. We're local, we're homegrown, and we're still growing, one customer at a time. Visit Greg or Clint at the Boaz branch and experience banking built on trust, service, and hometown values. First Southern Bank, banking with heart since 1935, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
In sports, every point counts. And at Alpha Insurance, we know when it comes to your budget, every dollar counts. That's why we work to get you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Plus, every Alpha policy comes with personal service from our hometown team. Call Alpha to start saving today.
In North Alabama, call us, Cy Giles and Holly Bobo at the Giles & Bobo Insurance Group.
You can reach us at 256-538-8201 or stop by our office at 410 5th Avenue Northeast in Atala, Alabama.
Hi, this is Brent Rhodes, candidate for DeKalb County Commission President. As a lifelong resident of DeKalb County, I care deeply about our people, our values, and our future. On May the 19th, I would truly appreciate your vote. I'm committed to working hard for our community and helping move DeKalb County forward. Best of luck to all of our local teams this year. We're proud of you.
Paid political advertisement by Brent Rhodes, Crossville, Alabama.
Flu and COVID season is right around the corner. Are you ready? At Riverview Advanced Medicine, your neighborhood nurse practitioner, Lisa Foreman, is ready to help keep you and your family protected. We offer flu shots, COVID boosters, and same-day sick visits, all with compassionate, expert care. Y si hablamos español. Walk-ins welcomed. Appointments welcomed. Call 256-546-1445 to schedule yours today. Stay healthy this season with care that's close to home.
This is Jonathan Bright, owner of Jonathan Bright Independent Contracting Services. Are you having roof trouble? Call me today at 256-505-9842. Your local trusted roofer. And from all of us here at Jonathan Bright Independent Contracting, we'd like to say good luck to our Albertville Aggies.
When your ride's having issues again, don't panic. Call the family. At Ohana Auto Repair in Rainbow City, Ohana means family. And that's exactly how we treat you. Our ASE certified technicians work on all makes and models, European, domestic, and import, from oil changes to engine diagnostics to electrical issues that make your dash light up. And yes, we actually know what that weird clanking sound is. Ohana Auto Repair in Rainbow City, where you're not just a customer, you're family. Call us at 256-442-6864.
Your Friday night football tradition continues. Now back to the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard, presented by Southern Elite Realty in Guntersville.
And congratulations to Case Robertson of Woodville High School. Case was this week's Marshall DeKalb Electric Lineman of the Week. Got to present that award to Case this afternoon at the pep rally at Woodville. Each week during the regular season, Marshall DeKalb Electric awards a Lineman of the Week award. It's 9:28, and this is the High School Football Scoreboard.
Well, Forrest, I'm going to start in Class 5A, but I got one final for you. And, Jeff, a huge win for the section lines in Class 2A. Class 2A Region 7, the section lines picks up their first win as they knock off Cedar Bluff by the final score of 19-7. So congratulations to Riley Abrams and his staff. Everybody needing to pick up a big win. And in of course, they get one tonight. In Class 5A, Region 8, it was Boaz leading 42-7 in the fourth quarter over Douglas. Gunnersville, we told you in that Highway 69 battle, Gunnersville holds off Arab 14-10. That's a big win for Gunnersville to remain unbeaten in the region. Scottsboro up big in the second half over Sardis, 35-7. Brewer had an open date this week. It is Jacksonville has defeated Leeds. Final there, a bit of a surprise, 30-7. Springville is on top of Lincoln, 30-27 as they play fourth quarter. St. Clair County is leading over Centerpoint, 24-2. Helena's on top of Moody, 31-28. 5A Region 7, Fairview all over Lawrence County right now, 34-0. Priceville's leading East Limestone 24-0, and Russellville was leading over Ardmore 28-3.
Moving on to Class 4A tonight, 4A Region 6. One final is Anniston has shut out Hoax Bluff 24-0 tonight. It's Asheville on top of Etowah. Did I get that right? Asheville on top of Etowah 20-19. 20-19 is the score there. The latest we had on Cherokee County and White Plains is Cherokee County was up 20-11. Alexander was leading Aniana 49-27 in the fourth quarter. In 4A Region 8, one final score reporting in tonight. It was North Jackson. They have shut out New Hope 49-0. Randolph was on top of St. John Paul 21-7. Plainview was leading over Pisgah 61-24, and it was Westminster leading DAR 24-0 in their game.
Got a final for you, Jeff. Back up in 5A Region 7, Fairview has won. They knocked off Lawrence County. The final score there was 55-6. Class 3A, and this is 3A Region 8. All the finals are in. Fife over Brindley Mountain, 55-14. Geraldine beat Holly Pond 45-6. Collinsville knocks off Asbury 43-19. As we told you, Sylvania gets their first win of the year, homecoming at Rams Stadium, and the Rams win at 35-14. 3A Region 6, Piedmont was still leading Westbrook 32-14. J.B. Pennington on top of Locust Fort 27-14. Ohatchee was leading Weaver 13-6, and Walter Welborn was on top of Sachs 14-6.
Moving on to Class 3A Region 5, we've got one final score in that region tonight. It was Oakman over Hansville, 62-13. Vinemont was shutting out Carbon Hill. Let me check and see if we've got a final on that one. The Vinemont and Carbon Hill game. That game has not yet gone final. 38-6 was the last reported score there, but it's not showing a final there at Carbon Hill tonight. Trey, have you got an update?
I think we need an update in the Cherokee County game. 34-11 is the latest score I got.
Okay, 34-11. We'll go back to there, and we'll come back to 3A in just a moment as we continue in 3A Region 5. Winfield leading Phil Campbell 28-14. Gordo is on top of Midfield 29-14. Moving down to 3A Region 7, it was Mars Hill over Lauderdale County 42-7. Colbert Heights is leading Sheffield 46-6. It was Colbert County leading Rogers 28-20, and Clements was leading Elkmont 28-17.
I don't know if I heard an update for this one either. Piedmont ahead, or I think Piedmont's ahead 32-21.
Okay, Westbrook has scored to make it 32-21, and I do have a final score in that region tonight. It looks like it was Ohatchee defeating Weaver 21-13 was the final score in that game, and it's now 61-30 in the Pisgah and Plainview game as Pisgah on top 61-30. Phil, as we'll let you go on to Class 2A.
Benjamin Russell takes the lead over Spain Park 35-34 in the fourth quarter.
All right, Phil.
All right, Class 2A as we move along. Of course, it was 2A Region 6 as we'll get it started. Coosa Christian was on top of Susan Moore 42-14. Cleveland has won. Jeff, I didn't get the final on this. Cleveland won 33-26. Okay, that's what I thought I had, but I didn't write the 6 down. So it was a win for Cleveland as they hold off West End 33-26. Southeastern has defeated Faultville 21-14. At last report, Cold Springs was on top of Winston County 28-18. In the fourth quarter, North Sand Mountain, this one should be over. They were leading Gaston 48-0. Pleasant Valley was on top of Sandrock 28-0. And Section has defeated Cedar Bluff to pick up their first win of the year. It was the Lions 19 over the Tigers 7.
Other 2A scores tonight. 2A Region 8 has Decatur Heritage leading Tharptown 22-6. Red Bay at home tonight leading Lexington 34-21. Tanner looking for their first win of the year. They lead Bell Green in a non-region game 14-13. 2A Region 5, one final score in from that region tonight. It was Vincent, ranked number 8. They beat number 7 Sullivan 34-8 as Vincent was ranked number 8, Sullivan ranked number 7, and Sullivan falls to Vincent tonight, 34-8.
I got a final in, Jeff. North Sand Mountain game has gone final. They knocked off, that's 2A Region 7. They beat they beat Gaston by the final score of 54-0 as that one has gone final. 1A Region 8 right now, Spring Garden leading over Valley Head 58-23 in the second half. Appalachian has defeated Ider 49-0. Right now, Woodville is leading over Raglan. This is a great game. Woodland 29, Raglan 26 in the fourth quarter. A banged-up Galesville team open date this week as they didn't play. 1A Region 6, Winterboro is leading over Donahoe 41-0. Wadley was up in the second half over Victor Christian 57-0. Woodland and Fayetteville each had open dates.
Moving on to West Alabama in Class 1A, it's Hubbardville leading Marion County 46-20. Pickens County shutting out Brilliant 49-0, and Berry is on top of South Lamar 42-20. Lynn picks up a win tonight over Summerton Christian, and it just got the final score from out at Sardis 42-7. As Scottsboro has picked up another win this year to go to 4-1, 42-7. The final score as the Wildcats win tonight on the road at Sardis. Other 1A scores tonight, one final score from 1A Region 7. Meek was a winner over Waterloo 64-6. Phillips was leading Shoals Christian 19-16. And in the battle of top 10 teams, Addison was leading Hackleburg 26-16. And now it's 39. Got an update there, 39-16 as Addison looks like they're pulling away to maybe to pick up a win, and we'll see if that's a final. Not a final yet, but Phil, I do have a final. It was Cold Springs tonight over Winston County, 44-19. 44 tonight. Make that, 44-18. 44-18 is the final, as Cold Springs has defeated Winston County as a non-region game out of 2A Region 6.
Yeah, I forgot up there that Addison game. It's 46-16. Do have a final out of 1A Region 6, and that was Wadley has defeated Victory Christian 63-6. Another impressive performance by the Wadley Bulldogs. 7A Region 4, it was Austin defeating Albertville. This Albertville team keeps getting better and better. They hung in with Austin, but they fall short 23-14. Sparkman is leading over Huntsville 26-21. James Clements is on top of Grissom 27-0. Florence still leads Bob Jones 14-0. 1A Region 3, two finals in. Hewitt-Trussville beat Hillcrest of Tuscaloosa 24-0. Thompson has defeated Vestavia Hills 35-3. Right now, Hoover's leading Prattville 28-23 in the fourth quarter, and Oak Mountain's on top of Tuscaloosa County 29-0.
Phil, got some final scores before we go to 6A, and some of these are 6A scores we'll report, but James Clemens has got the win tonight, and they beat Grissom 40-6. That is a final there. This one's just in down at Douglas tonight. The Boaz Pirates have won again. 45-14 is the final there, as the Pirates pick up the win. As we go to Class 6A tonight, it was Clay Chalkville. They have defeated Brandon, Mississippi 47-15 was the final from down at Trussville tonight, as Clay Chalkville gets the win. Out of 6A Region 7, all the finals are in tonight, as Muscle Shoals has shut out Coleman 42-0. Hartselle has defeated Decatur 42-7. Jasper over Athens 30-13. Columbia has an open date. Out of 6A Region 8, still don't have reported finals in. These games still in progress, but Fort Payne leading Mae Jemison 36-6. Gadsden City on top of Hazel Green 21-8, and Buckhorn was shutting out Lee 35-0.
Got a final in, Jeff. Got a corrected score here. Is Fort Payne has won 35-12. As that's actually the finals. Fort Payne missed their last extra point, so 35-12 over Mae Jemison. Gaston City is now 28-8, leading over Hazel Green. 6A Region 6, Mountain Brook leads Oxford 35-14. Pell City beat Huffman 49-7. Clay Chalkville leading over Brandon, Mississippi 30-7. 6A Region 5, it is Minor leading over Gardendale 38-24. Right now, Mortimer Jordan leads Woodlawn 21-12. Homewood up big on Jackson Olin 49-0. And Carrollton, Georgia is leading over Parker 33-7.
A couple of final scores before we go to break. Westminster has defeated DAR tonight. 31-0 is the final scores. Westminster now 3-2 on the season. That is a final. Moody has defeated Helena 31-28. It was Briarwood over Winona tonight, 40-22. 40-22 was the Briarwood score over Winona tonight. And I believe one other final tonight. Yes, it has gone final up in Rainsville tonight, 61-30, as the Plainview Bears now 4-0 on the season. I believe that's the first time since 2020 that Plainview has started the season 4-0 as they get the non-region win over Pisgah tonight, 61-30. Trey,
I think the Hoover Bucks might be all right. They're up 48-23.
48-23. They were down
20-0
most of this game, and they have come back and taken a big lead on the road down in Montgomery against Prattville this evening. Congratulations this evening to our student athletes of the week this week. And, of course, each week we name student athletes of the week, and that's sponsored each week by Bring Your Own Bids Retail. And you're listening to the High School Football Scoreboard.
Are you looking for a new job, a new career, a new beginning? Well, listen up. TS Tech and Boaz is hiring. That's right. Don't miss this opportunity. TS Tech offers competitive wages, shift premium, and all the job training for assembly and weld. No experience necessary. Limited positions available, so call today and work tomorrow. 256-593-9399. That's 256-593-9399. Your new beginning starts with a call to TS Tech. Come join our team. Call today. TS Tech is an equal opportunity employer.
At Family Savings Credit Union, we believe in people helping people. Whether you're overcoming challenges or building on great credit, we're here with real support, smart guidance, and personalized plans, because you're not just a number, you're family.
Apply online for quick turnaround. FamilySavingsCU.com.
Family Savings Credit Union, where your money grows with you and your family. Member accounts insured by NCUA.
Hi, I'm Randy Jones, your hometown trusted choice insurance agency. Randy Jones and Associates knows the playing field, and we have been proudly serving communities across North Alabama for 46 years. Having the right protection on the field is important. The RJA team of experienced agents will help you find affordable, customized insurance coverage for your family, business, and future. Stop by a local Randy Jones Associates office for a free, no-obligation quote or complimentary policy review.
Score Time Scoreboards, the only authorized fair play dealer in Alabama. Owners Avery and Patty Hendricks would like to thank all our loyal customers for your patronage and trusting us to help you keep score for the past 31 years. From the new scoreboard video boards at Boaz and Douglas High School to all scoreboard video boards at Birmingham City Schools and all points in between. Proudly serving the WQSB listening area with your scoring needs. No matter what team you root for, the game starts and stops with Score Time Scoreboards.
It's football time in Alabama. The players are hitting the field, the cheerleaders are firing up the crowd, the drum majors striking up the band, and we all stand for the national anthem. This is Congressman Robert Adderholt. While you cheer your favorite team this season, I'll be on President Trump's team shaking things up in Washington. When we stand on conservative principles, it's a win for everyone. I'm Robert Adderholt, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Adderholt for Congress.
A dealership that puts the community first. Welcome to Sam Boswell Honda of Gadsden, your hometown headquarters for all things Honda. From Gadsden, Oxford, Jacksonville, Attala, Boaz, Albertville, Gunnersville, and beyond. We offer Alabama's top selection of new Hondas, plus an extensive lineup of dependable pre-owned vehicles, all at prices you'll love. Thinking about selling your car? We're ready to buy. Find us on East Meagan Boulevard in Gadsden. Explore our inventory anytime at BoswellHondaGadsden.com. Sam Boswell Honda. Vehicles you can depend on, people you can trust.
The snap is good. The connection is great. FTC brings fiber internet to your home turf this football season. No buffering, no dropped connections, just reliable high-speed internet that's built to perform where it matters most. Whether you're streaming the game or checking the scores, we've got the speed you need. Score big with FTC's Fiber, your home team for high-speed internet. Call 256-638-2144 or visit farmerstel.com today. FTC, we keep you connected.
Now back to the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard, presented by Southern Elite Realty in Guntersville, the most listened to scoreboard in the state of Alabama. Here's your hosts, Jeff Allen and Phil Harris.
Lake properties, mountain properties, residential or commercial. At Southern Elite Realty, they treat every property like it's their own. Check them out at mysouthernelite.com. Southern Elite Realty, where great real estate is built on a firm foundation.
Well, let's get it started. I'm going to start in Class 3A this time because we'll try to update some scores out of Region 3A Region 6. Do got a final in. Of course, Ohatchee won 21-13 over Weaver. Right now, it is Piedmont leading over Westbrook 40-21. Right now, J.B. Pennington is leading over Locust 41-14. At last report, Walter Webber was leading Sachs 14-6. Glencoe had an open date this week. All finals out of 3A Region A. Fife over Brindley Mountain 55-14. Geraldine beat Holly Pond 45-6. Collinsville over Asbury 43-19. And Sylvania wins 35-14 over Whitesburg Christian.
Moving on to Class 2A tonight. All the finals ran in 2A Region 6. It was Coosa Christian tonight. They cruised over Susan Moore at home 56-26. It was Cleveland picking up their first region win of the season with a 33-26 win over West End. This was a great game over in Morgan County at Falkville tonight. Southeastern and Falkville battled back and forth. Southeastern picked up the 21-14 win tonight, and in a non-region game, it was Cold Springs over Winston County 44-18. From 2A Region 7, North Sand Mountain, they've been impressive this year in 2A Region 7. They're unbeaten, 5-0, 3-0 in region play. They shut out Gaston 54-0. Section picks up their first win of the year at home, knocking off Cedar Bluff 19-7. And at last report, we had Pleasant Valley on top of Sandrock 28-0 in their game down in Calhoun County tonight.
Before I go to 1A, a couple of update finals. Walter Wellborn has defeated Sachs 36-12. And out of 3A Region 5, Winfield has knocked out Phil Campbell 55-28. As we get down to Class 1A, at last report, Valley Head was trailing. Spring Garden bouncing back from that loss to Woodville a week ago. This was a big region contest for both of these teams that are jockeying not only for playoff position, but also for home field advantage in the first round of the playoffs. Right now, Spring Garden's on top 58-23. The Appalachian looks to be the team to beat in 1A Region 6. They beat Ider 49-0. Great game here. Woodville trying to get to 4-1. They're on top of Raglan at Joan Ford Stadium, up 29-26 in the fourth quarter. Galesville had an open date this week.
Moving on to Class 7A tonight, where the final scores all but one in 7A Region 4. It was Austin over Albertville. The Black Bears now 4-1 on the year. They're unbeaten in region play. They win 23-14 tonight. Sparkman leads Huntsville. They're playing out at Sparkman. The Senators on top 26-21 is the last score we had in that game. James Clemens, they roll over Grissom tonight, 40-6. It was Florence knocking off Bob Jones. Bob Jones was unbeaten, ranked number 8, and Florence handled them tonight, picking up win number 2 on the year. 24-6 is the final in that one. 7A Region 3 tonight. Hewitt-Trussville has shut out Hillcrest Tuscaloosa. A battle of top 10 teams tonight. Hewitt was number 3. Hillcrest was number 10, and Hewitt-Trussville wins 24-0. It was Thompson ranked number 2 this week. They beat number 5 Vestavia Hills 35-3. Oak Mountain has defeated Tuscaloosa County 43-7, and at last report, as Trey Tocha, Hoover has scored several unanswered points. Was it
48 unanswered?
40. Well, no, they weren't down 23-0, were they?
20-0.
20-0 before they scored. So that's they've scored 48 points. It's 48-23 right now as Hoover's bounced back in the second half on the road down at Prattville tonight, Phil.
Okay, got 3 scores from the 1A ranks. 1A Region 6, it was Winterboro beating Donahoe 46-0. Out of 1A Region 5, Hubbartville has defeated Marion County 61-28, and Pickens County knocked off Brilliant. The final there was 57-6. Back up to Class 6A Region 6. We told you Fort Payne was a winner over May Jemison, 35-18. Big region win here. May Jemison was 2-0 going into this region matchup. They made it close, got it within 16-6, but then the wheels run off. The Wildcats win it going away, 35-18. Gaston City, a lot of penalties tonight, but they're leading over Hazel Green 28-8 in the fourth quarter. Buckhorn is leading over Lee 35-0. Southside had an open date this week. 6A Region 7 all finals are in. Muscle Shoals over Coleman 42-0. Hartsville beat Decatur 42-7. Jasper was a winner over Athens 30-13. Columbia had an open date. 6A Region 6, Mountain Brook was leading Oxford 35-14. Pell City over Huffman 49-7. And Clay Chalkville was leading Brandon, Mississippi in the fourth quarter 30-7.
I feel that is a final. 47-15 is your final in that Clay Chalkville and Brandon, Mississippi game. Is Clay very impressive at 5-0 on the season. In Class 5A, Region 8 tonight, it was Boaz over Douglas, 45-14. In the Battle of Highway 69, it was Gunnersville over Arab, the 97th meeting between these two Marshall County rivals, 14-10, as Gunnersville wins that game tonight. In Scottsboro at Sardis tonight, the number 9 ranked Wildcats get the win, 42-7. Brewer had an open date. In 5A Region 6, 2 final scores in tonight. It was Jacksonville upsetting Leeds 30-7. Moody in a non-region game knocks off Helena 31-28. At last report, we had Springville on top of Lincoln 30-27, and it was St. Clair County leading Centerpoint 24-2. Out of 5A Region 7, one final score in tonight, and that was Fairview. They beat Lawrence County 55-6. Priceville shutting out East Limestone tonight 24-0. That's not a confirmed final yet, and Russellville was leading Ardmore 28-0. West Point had an open date.
Update for you, Jeff. St. Clair County leading over Centerpoint now. It's in the fourth quarter late, but it's now 47-9 in favor of St. Clair County. In Class 5A, Region 6, it's Asheville leading over Etowah in the fourth quarter, 20-19. Anderson shuts out Hoax Bluff at Hoax Bluff, 24-0 to remain unbeaten in the early part of the season, or midway through the season, actually. Cherokee County was leading White Plains 34-11. I'm sure this is over by now. Alexandria wins over Aniana 49-33. 4A Region 8, Westminster over DAR 31-0. North Jackson beat New Hope 49-0. Plainview, very impressive win as they came out and pulled away from Pisgah in the second half to go 4-0 on the year. They win 61-30. Randolph was leading St. John Paul 21-7.
It looks like we have a final from down at Joan Ford Stadium as Woodville has held off the Raglan Purple Devils. 37-34 was the final score in that one. That was one of the best games of the night. Big region matchup, and now Woodville 3-0 on the season out of 1A Region 8. The Woodville Panthers off to a great start. They're 4-1 on the season. They were our team of the week from last week. Phil got an update from 4A Region 6. Asheville is on top of Etowah now late in the fourth quarter. It's the Bulldogs leading the Etowah Blue Devils 27-19 is the score in that one. Coming up at 11:45 this evening, we'll name this week's Team of the Week. Team of the Week sponsors each week are Dixie Designs, Wilson's Trophies, and Wilburn's Waxing Solutions. The Team of the Week announcement is coming up at 11:45 right here on the High School Football Scoreboard.
Where can you find a dealership that makes it easy to buy a new vehicle? WholesaleCars.com. Hi, this is Brett, General Manager of WholesaleCars.com. With today's hectic lifestyle, convenience is everything. Buy with us, and you can make your payments online, over the phone, or even by bank draft. You can even choose your payment date. We offer across-the-board financing with rates that beat most banks. That's just a few reasons that we've earned an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Come see us. WholesaleCars.com, Highway 431, Albertville.
Since 1991, James Barbecue has been serving up mouth-watering barbecue starting from a humble food truck in Geraldine, Alabama. Now with 2 smoking locations, including Little James Barbecue in Rainsville, they're still cooking fresh food daily with homemade sauces you'll dream about. Don't forget steak night every Friday, hot off the grill and worth the trip. And Annie says,
"Come get my dad's barbecue. We're fired up to serve you."
James Barbecue or Little James Barbecue is always available for catering. James Barbecue, slow cooked and full of Southern flavor.
On Friday nights, the big wins happen under the lights. But at Gadsden State Community College, the victories happen every day. Whether it's working toward a college degree, mastering hands-on workforce training, or charging into the healthcare career, Gadsden State is here to help you find and reach your next set of goals. Financial assistance is plentiful, classes are flexible, and the opportunities are wide open. Enroll at Gadsden State and let's start your next big win. Visit GadsdenState.edu to get started.
At Liberty Bank, we value our local schools and are proud to support all of our teams because this is our community too. To everyone who puts in the long hours of practice to help our kids win in life and on the field, we salute you. Whether you're coach from the sidelines, sell concessions, or score touchdowns, the Liberty Bank team is cheering for you. So from our team to yours, let's make it a great season. Liberty Bank, local bankers serving local customers since 1971.
This football season, Kia of Rainbow City is proud to be part of the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard. And we're bringing that same energy to your driveway. Score big with tons of stylish new Kias, all with low monthly payments and 0 down options. Or rush in and check out Kia of Rainbow City's huge lineup of quality pre-owned vehicles. Plus, mention this ad and take an extra $500 off your next vehicle. Come see how we sack the competition at the all-new Kia of Rainbow City. We have your Kia now too.
In sports, every point counts. And at Alpha Insurance, we know when it comes to your budget, every dollar counts. That's why we work to get you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Plus, every Alpha policy comes with personal service from our hometown team. Call Alpha to start saving today.
In North Alabama, call us, Cy Giles and Holly Bobo at the Giles & Bobo Insurance Group.
You can reach us at 256-538-8201 or stop by our office at 410 5th Avenue Northeast in Atala, Alabama.
Dreaming of the perfect backyard? Now booking for next year. From stunning 3D designs to one-on-one service, Martinez Pools will bring your vision to life in 2026. Vinyl, fiberglass, or Gunite pools, landscaping, sod, irrigation, and waterfalls, outdoor kitchens, hot tubs, and putting greens. Full turnkey service from start to finish. Schedule your spot now. Our openings for next year are limited. Call 256-452-8464 today to reserve your project and make your home the place where kids come to play and memories are made.
Hey folks, Jerry O'Neill, broker and owner of Southern Elite Realty. We're so proud to be a part of the WQSB family and honored to help bring you the Friday Night Scoreboard.
Wilburn's Waxing Solutions, specializing in recoating gymnasium hardwood floors, tile floors, and they offer commercial cleaning. Contact Michael or Mikhail Wilburn at Wilburn Waxing Solutions or check them out on Facebook. As we head into our second hour of the high school football scoreboard tonight, we're going to run down all our scores this evening, starting in Class 7A. Region 4, it was Austin over Albertville 23-14. James Clemens has defeated Grissom 40-6, and Florence down Bob Jones upset the Patriots 24-6. At last report, we had Sparkman leading Huntsville 26-21. That's the only final score we don't have yet in Class 7A. In 7A Region 3, it was Hewitt Trussville shutting out Hillcrest Tuscaloosa 24-0. Hoover has defeated Prattville 48-23. It was Thompson over Vestavia Hills 35-3, and Oak Mountain has defeated Tuscaloosa County 43-7.
As we drop down to Class 6A, of course, the Fort Payne Wildcats, as we told you, they won 35-18 over May Jemison to pick up a big region win. Gadsden City leading over Hazen Green 28-8 in the fourth quarter. Buckhorn was leading over Lee. That should be over by now. 35-0 in the fourth quarter. Southside had an open date. 6A Region 7 all finals. Muscle Shoals 42, Coleman 0. It was Hartselle over Decatur 42-7. Jasper beat Athens 30-13, and Columbia had an open date this week.
Moving on to 6A Region 6, it was Mountain Brook over Oxford 35-14 tonight. Pelsey, did you have 35-14? What did you on that? I wrote down the score and didn't write down the Oxford score on Mountain Brook.
Well, it's the last report I got, and I got it updated here just recently. Was Mountain Brook was on top of 42-14.
42. So that wasn't a final yet. 42. Final, okay. It was Pell City over Huffman 49-7, and Clay Chalkville has beaten Brandon, Mississippi 47-15. A couple of final scores from 6A Region 5 tonight. Mortimer Jordan over Woodlawn 26-21. Homewood has shut out Jackson Olin 49-0. Minor, they were leading Gardendale 28-24, and Carrollton, Georgia, in a non-region game was leading Parker 33-7.
Let's drop down to Class 5A. I was trying to see if I could get an update on that Parker game as they were late in that ball game with the Thundering Herd playing, and it's over. Carrollton, Georgia has won it 43-7 as the final finally has come in. Carrollton, Georgia over Parker, final score 43-7.
And Phil, I do have the final score on Mountain Brook and Oxford 42-14. And that just came in tonight. That is the final score in 6A Region 6. Trey, what do you got?
Also got updated in 6A Region 5. Minor wins 35-33 on their homecoming.
Okay, thank you.
Minor 35-33. So now we'll take it down to Class 5A. It was Boaz winning over Douglas 45-14. Highway 69 Battle Gunnersville wins it. They beat A-Rab. Big win for the Wildcats as they knock off the Knights 14-10. Scottsboro holds serve, playing very well. Probably the hottest team in 5A Region 8 right now. They beat Sardis 42-7. It's a very emotional night at Sardis before that ball game, but Scottsboro comes out on top and picks up the win. Brewer had an open date this week. 5A Region 8, Jacksonville surprises leads 30-7. Springville at last report was leading over Lincoln 30-27. St. Clair County was all over Center Point 47-9. And a final, Moody knocks off Helena 31-28.
From 5A Region 7 tonight, Fairview continues to roll. The Aggies ranked number 4. They're ranked number 5 in the state, or rather number 4 in the state. They win 55-6. Priceville leads East Limestone 24-0, and Russellville was leading Ardmore 42-7. West Point had an open date this week. All the final scores in 5A Region 5 this week. Ramsey over John Carroll 40-7. Briarwood knocks off Winona 40-22, and Carver had a big win over Hayden last night 60-14.
In Class 4A Region 6 as we get started, Asheville wins over Etowah 27-19 as Asheville scores a late touchdown to kind of distance it out to an 8-point lead and then holds on to win. Anderson goes into Hoax Bluff and shuts out the Eagles 24-0. Cherokee County, impressive win over White Plains as the Warriors, the class, they were in the state championship game a year ago trying to get back there again. They beat White Plains tonight 34-18. Big win for Alexandria as they knock off Aniana 49-33. 4A Region 8 Westminster over DAR 31-0. North Jackson beat New Hope 49-0. Randolph was a winner over St. John Paul, 44-14. And Plainview Bears, I guess folks are going to start hollering too much blue again. You reckon, Jeff? A big 61-30 win over Pisgah to go to 4-0 on the season.
They should. First time since 2020 that the Bears have started out 4-0. Another big win. They've scored a lot of points in every game they played so far this season. In 4A Region 5, all the final scores are reporting in tonight. It was Fayette County over Haleyville, 61-21. Hamilton stayed unbeaten with a 48-21 win over Curry. It was Fultondale getting their first win of the year, 29-14 over Dora. And Good Hope, they remain unbeaten. They're ranked number 6 in Class 4A. They beat Cordova tonight, 34-6. In 4A Region 7, West Morgan, the number 3 ranked team in Class 4A. The Rebels win over Hatton tonight, 23-14. Danville picks up a win over East Lawrence tonight, 20-6. It was Central of Florence over West Limestone, 49-27. And don't have a final in yet, but we had Brooks on top of Wilson, 17-14. And Deschler had an open date this week.
Well, the last report I had, I'll check it again, Jeff, is that I got an update on this game, and it was Brooks on top, 35-21. So I'm going to check it again and see if I can get an updated score on that, because it should be final if I can get it to come up. Let's see. It's 35. Still shows Brooks 35, Wilson 21 in the fourth quarter. 3A Region 8, it was Fife winning over Brindley Mountain 35-14. Geraldine over Holly Pond 45-6. Asbury Falls to Collinsville 43-19. It was Sylvania picking up their first wins. They knock off Whitesburg Christian for homecoming 35-14. 3A Region 6, Piedmont was up 40-21 over Westbrook in the fourth quarter. JB Pennington was up big on Locust Fork 41-14. That one should be over. Ohatchee has defeated Weaver 21-13. Walter Welborn knocks off Sachs 36-12. Glencoe had an open date this week.
And Phil, the final score out of that Blount County battle between J.B. Pennington and Locust Fork. Pennington got the win tonight, 46-14. That's the 60th meeting between those two rivals in Blount County. All the finals are in 3A Region 5 tonight. Vinemont over Carbon Hill, 38-6. It was Oakman rolling over Hansville, 62-13. Winfield has defeated Phil Campbell, 55-28. It was Gordo defeating Midfield, 56-20. Out of 3A Region 7, only one final score reporting in as of right now. Morris Hill, the number one team in the state in Class 3A. They beat Lauderdale County 42-7. It was Colbert Heights over Sheffield 46-6. Colbert County was leading Rogers 28-20, and Clements was leading Elkmont 28-17. Those three games were not showing as final. Trey, what have you got?
Piedmont goes final 40-27.
Yeah, just saw that. Piedmont, that's a big win for the Bulldogs over in Piedmont at the Field of Champions tonight. Is Steve Smith, that's his second trip back as the coach on the visitor sideline. And again, Piedmont gets the win tonight over Westbrook. Both those teams unbeaten going into that game.
Yeah, that was a dandy matchup tonight. Colbert County's gone final. They beat Rogers 42-35. Updated score, Colbert Heights is leading Sheffield. Not over with yet, but it's 60-6. Class 2A Region 6, Coosa Christian over Susan Moore, 56-26. It was Cleveland getting past West End, 33-26. Southeastern beat Faultville 21-14, and Cold Springs was the winner over Winston County, 44-18. 2A Region 7, North Sand still only giving up 7 points in 5 games. They knock off Gaston 54-0. Section first win of the year. They beat Cedar Bluff 19-7. At last report, Pleasant Valley was leading over Sandrock in the fourth quarter, 28-0.
Moving on to 2A Region 8 tonight. One final score reporting in. It was Red Bay over Lexington, 34-21. Decatur Heritage looking for their first win of the year. They led Thorpetown 22-6, and Tanner was leading Bell Green 14-13. From 2A Region 5, a couple of final scores reporting in that region tonight. It was Tuscaloosa Academy this evening defeating Greene County 41-12, and Vincent, ranked number 8, they defeat number 7, the Sulligent Blue Devils 34-8, and Aliceville and Isabella don't have a score reporting in on that game as yet.
A couple of updates for you, Jeff. Tanner has defeated Bell Green 30-13, and in the fourth quarter, Decatur Heritage is on top of Thorpetown 49-26. In Class 1A Region 8, all finals in. Spring Garden beats Valley Head 58-23. It was Appalachian over Ider 49-0. Woodville goes to 4-1 on the season as they knock off Raglan 37-34, the best start in school history for the Woodville Panthers, and they've won 2 close ones 2 weeks in a row. Congratulations to Coach Poole and his staff as Woodville picks up another big win. Gainesville had an open date. 1A Region 6, Winterboro has knocked off Donahoe 46-0. Wadley does it again. They beat Victory Christian 63-6. Woodland had an open date, as did Fayetteville this week.
Moving on to 1A Region 5, all the final scores are in from that region tonight. It was Berry, ranked number 9 this week. They beat South Lamar 54-33. Pickens County was a winner over Brilliant 57-6. It was Hubbardville defeating Marion County 61-28, and Lynn got the win over Summerton Christian tonight. 1A Region 7, Addison was a winner over Hackleburg 46-16. Meek Downs Waterloo 64-6. And at last report, we had Phillips leading Shoals Christian 19-16. was the score in that game. And that's all the scores that we have. 95 games on our scoreboard for this week. Most finals are already in, still looking for a few, and we'll have those coming up. Be a part of the show this season by submitting your game day photos from the field to the sidelines, to the band, and the fans in the stands. You can upload your photos from the game tonight on the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard Facebook page. Show your school spirit and be part of the Friday night tradition, the High School Football Scoreboard.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Weather's Ace can make your grill dreams a reality with special savings on top brand grills, accessories, and fuel. Right now, the Weber Slate 30-inch rust-resistant griddle is on sale for just $7.49, and the 36-inch model is just $10.49. Take your griddle on the road with the Blackstone Omnivore Portable Griddle, now just $279.99. Stock up on barbecue sauces and rubs with special buy 3, get 10% off. When it comes to grilling, Weather's Ace is your neighborhood place for everything you need.
At First Southern Bank, we've been serving our community since 1935, starting small, growing strong, and always investing in what matters more, you. From personal checking to business loans, we're here to help you save smarter, borrow with confidence, and build a stronger future. We're local, we're homegrown, and we're still growing, one customer at a time. Visit Greg or Clint at the Boaz branch and experience banking built on trust, service, and hometown values. First Southern Bank, banking with heart since 1935, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Everybody in the community enjoys a football Friday night, coming together to cheer on your favorite team and schools. For over 75 years, Marshall DeKalb Electric Cooperative has provided the electricity to heat and cool the homes, schools, businesses, and light the playing fields in our communities. Marshall DeKalb Electric employees Brandon Burns, Will Wright, Tanner Greer, and Preston Morris played at Sardis High School, and Chip Willoughby played at Albertville High School, and now they provide you with the power for your everyday life.
Friday night lights are shining bright across our community, and Coca-Cola United is proud to be on the sidelines cheering with you. From the first kickoff to the final whistle, we're here to support our hometown athletes, coaches, and fans. Nothing brings people together like football, and nothing refreshes like an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola United, celebrating our community, one game at a time. This football season, Kia of Rainbow City is proud to be part of the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard. And we're bringing that same energy to your driveway. Score big with tons of stylish new Kias, all with low monthly payments and zero down options. Or rush in and check out Kia of Rainbow City's huge lineup of quality pre-owned vehicles. Plus, mention this ad and take an extra $500 off your next vehicle. Come see how we sack the competition at the all-new Kia of Rainbow City. We have your Kia now too.
In sports, every point counts. And at Alpha Insurance, we know when it comes to your budget, every dollar counts. That's why we work to get you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Plus, every Alpha policy comes with personal service from our hometown team. Call Alpha to start saving today.
In North Alabama, call us, Cy Giles and Holly Bobo at the Giles and Bobo Insurance Group.
You can reach us at 256-538-8201 or stop by our office at 410 5th Avenue Northeast in Atala, Alabama.
Score Time Scoreboards, the only authorized fair play dealer in Alabama. Owners Avery and Patty Hendricks would like to thank all our loyal customers for your patronage and trusting us to help you keep score for the past 31 years. From the new scoreboard video boards, Boaz and Douglas High School, to all scoreboard video boards at Birmingham City Schools and all points in between. Proudly serving the WQSB listening area with your scoring needs. No matter what team you root for, the game starts and stops with Score Time Scoreboards.
Take the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard with you wherever you go. Download our free WQSB app for your phone and smart device. Now, back to the scoreboard on Alabama's Country Giant, WQSB.
Southern Elite Realty, serving all of North Alabama. Let Jerry O'Neill and his veteran team of agents provide you with the winning experience. Check them out at mysouthernelite.com. Southern Elite Realty, where great real estate is built on a firm foundation.
Well, let's get it started. We'll start in Class 7A, where all the finals are in. 7A Region 4, Austin over Albertville, 23-14. Albertville comes close but falls by 9 this week. It was Sparkman holding off Huntsville 36-28. James Clemens was a winner over Grissom 40-6. Florence beats Bob Jones 24-6. 7A Region 3, Hewitt Trussville over Tuskegee Hillcrest of Tuscaloosa 24-0. Hoover was down 20-0 in this game, outscored Prattville 48-3 to win this one going away, 48-23. Thompson over Vestavia Hills 35-3, and Oak Mountain destroyed Tuscaloosa County 43-7.
And moving on to Class 6A, where all the finals are in 6A Region A tonight, the Fort Payne Wildcats got an important win on the road this evening in Huntsville against May Jemison. It was close for a while, but some turnovers in the second half turned into touchdowns for Fort Payne, and the Wildcats pick up a 35-18 win over May Jemison. The Gadsden City Titans on the road tonight at Hazel Green. It was a struggle for a while, but Gadsden City pulled away to double up Hazel Green 28-14. And Buckhorn, they're now 4-1 on the season as the Bucks shut out Lee of Huntsville tonight 43-0. Southside had an open date this week. From 6A Region 7, the best team in that region looks to be Muscle Shoals, ranked number 4. They shut out Coleman tonight 42-0. Hartselle is also unbeaten in the region. The 92nd meeting between Hartselle and Decatur. Hartselle has now won 9 in a row over the Red Raiders as Hartselle gets the win 42-7. And Jasper also unbeaten in that region and unbeaten overall. 3 unbeaten teams in that region right now as Jasper defeats Athens 30-13. Columbia had an open date tonight. From 6A Region 6 was Mountain Brook. They bounced back after that upset loss to Pell City last week with a big win at Oxford tonight, 42-14. Pell City got a win last night over Huffman, 49-7. In a non-region game, it was Clay Chalville over Brandon, Mississippi, 47-15.
Got a final for you in that Pinson Valley Shades Valley game, Jeff. It was Pinson Valley beating Shades Valley 33-0.
All right, Pinson Valley at home got a big win there to go to 3-2 on the season.
Let's drop down to Class 5A. It was 5A Region 6. Boaz all over Douglas 45-14. Boaz had an open date last week and took well advantage of it. Gunnersville in a great game against Arab. They were down 7-0. Tied it at 7, and then Gunnersville took the lead in the second half. Arab got a field goal with about 5 minutes remaining, but Gunnersville was able to hold off as the Wildcats win it over the Knights 14-10. Scottsboro, kind of a steady performance. It's an emotional type game, but a very workmanlike game for the Wildcats as they knock off Sardis 42-7. Brewer had an open date this week. 5A Region 6, Jacksonville over Leeds 30-7. Springville has held off Lincoln. Final there. That was a great game, 37-34. Late in the fourth quarter, St. Clair County was leading over Centerpoint 47-9. Moody, this was a great game. They knock off Helena, non-region game. Moody wins it 31-28. 5A Region 7, it was Fairview winning over Lawrence County 55-6. Russellville beat Ardmore 42-7, and at last report, Priceville was leading over East Limestone. I'm sure this game has been over. They were on top 31-6 in the fourth quarter. West Point had an open day.
They're still not showing that, Phil, as a final score. 31-6 Priceville.
It's final.
It is final at 31-6, as Trey has confirmed that for us. And just checking on that one. And Priceville now 4-1 on the season. Moving on to Class 4A tonight, where Asheville, back-to-back wins for Coach Mark Sanders and the Asheville Bulldogs. They go last week down to Aniana. They come from behind late, get the 2-point conversion, win 22-19. Then at home tonight, they knock off the Etowah Blue Devils. The Asheville Bulldogs now 3-1 on the season as they win 27-19 over Etowah. Anniston, how impressive has Anniston been? Knocked off Alexandria last week. They knock off Hoax Bluff tonight. Anniston wins 24-0. Cherokee County at home tonight beats White Plains 34-18. It was Alexandria over Aniana 49-33. Westminster has shut out DAR tonight 31-0. North Jackson shuts out New Hope 49-0. Randolph was a winner over St. John Paul 44-14. The Plainview Bears continue to roll as the Bears beat Pisgah tonight in a non-region contest. Plainview 61, Pisgah 30. Still nothing reporting in yet from Madison Academy and Madison County, Phil, unless you've got something.
I haven't heard a thing. 3A Region 8, it was Fife winning over Brindley Mountain. Another steady performance by the Red Devils. Boy, they've come a long way from that start against Maplesville. This team, I know the last couple of weeks hadn't been their biggest challenges, but this was a young football team growing up in a hurry. They're now 4-1 on the year. They knock off Brindley Mountain 55-14. We kind of take them for granted sometimes. Geraldine wins over Holly Pond 45-6. Coach Davis and his bunch, pretty good football team. Collinsville wins over Asbury as they knock off the Rams 43-19, and Sylvania picks up their first win. Congratulations to Coach Brad Waldrop as the Rams beat Whitesburg Christian 35-14. 3A Region 6, all finals in. This may be the region championship game. We don't know right now, but it was a barn burner. Piedmont holds off Westbrook 40-27. J.B. Pennington beats Locust Fork 46-14. Ohatchee picks up a win as they knock off Weaver 21-13. Walter Wilburn beats Sachs 36-12. And Glencoe had an open date this week.
Bill, today as we were going to Pisgah to present our Student Athlete of the Week trophy, then over to Woodville for Team of the Week, was going through Fife. I saw a new state championship sign there in Fife that I hadn't seen before, and I told the guys going through, I said they should just put up Titletown. I mean, because of the state titles, you think about it, you go back to the Mike Cochran days in girls basketball. They won, I think, seven girls basketball championships. I know they've got 7 state football championships and 1 basketball. Mm-hmm. So that's about 15 state championships. So we can rename that Titletown.
Yeah, it's unreal. It's unreal. And that's what I'm saying. You kind of take it for granted. You kind of sort of forget about that, but you think about this team's won 7 state championships. Yeah. It's just unbelievable.
It is. Yeah. Trey, what have you got?
Madison Academy 48, Madison County 13 final.
That is 48-13, and that's a big win for Madison Academy as they stay unbeaten in that region right now. And I feel it looks like the 2 best teams, or really 3 teams undefeated in the region. You've got North Jackson at 3-0, Madison Academy at 3-0. Of course, the Plainview Bears, even though they played a non-region game tonight, 3-0 in that 4A Region 8. Moving on to Class 2A tonight, 2A Region 6. Coosa Christian may be the best team in Class 2A this year. They defeat Susan Moore 56-26. Cleveland got a big win on the road at Walnut Grove tonight at West End, 33-26. It was Southeastern. They were on the road in Morgan County. They defeat Faulkville 21-14, and Coal Springs in a non-region game beats Winston County 44-18. In 2A Region 7, it was North Sand Mountain shutting out Gaston 54-0. Section was a winner over Cedar Bluff 19-7. Do we have anything confirmed on Pleasant Valley and Sandrock? 28-0 is a last that I had in that game was the Raiders on top. Pleasant Valley ranked number 9 in Class 2A this week. Have we got anything confirmed on that game? So
haven't seen anything. Keep seeing the 28-0 partial score.
28-0 is what we have in that one.
Yep. Do have a final, Jeff. Of course, this is not the scores we're given, but 1A Region 6 to finish it out, or actually 2A Region 8. That was Decatur Heritage has defeated Tharptown now 49-26, so that finishes up our scores out of that region. In Class 1A, 1A Region 8, this was a big matchup between Valley Head and Spring Garden, but it was all Spring Garden as they built up a 51-16 lead at halftime. They were going to win it 58-23. Appalachian hit the road. They win over Ider 49-0. Probably the best team right now in Class 1A Region 8. There's still some folks that are going to have to challenge them, but right now Appalachian has proved to be the best so far. And what a big win for Woodville, Jeff. Coach Pooh and his staff, they're now 4-1, the best start in school history. They beat Spring Garden for the first time in school history last week. This time they go on the road, win a big region game on the road. And if you're going to be successful, those road games are important. Woodville knocks off Raglan 37-34.
Yeah, I had a great time over there today presenting their Team of the Week trophy and T-shirts. He was concerned about the game, especially getting on a bus this afternoon at 2:30 to go to Raglan. And again, coming off such a big win last week and going on the road, and he was concerned about the game, and rightfully so. It's a great game down at Joan Ford Stadium tonight. But the resiliency of his kids, they show up, they win 30. 37-34, off to the best start, as Phil said, in school history there. And Phil, we do have a final now, as Seth got the final from the Pleasant Valley and Sandrock game. The Raiders bounced back after that loss last week up at Pisgah. Pleasant Valley bounces back with a 48-7 win over Sandrock tonight. So Pleasant Valley now 4-1 in region play, are 3-1 and 4-1 overall, 2-1 in region play. Of course, North Sand Mountains remains unbeaten in region play. Of course, Pisgah didn't play in the region tonight, but they're still unbeaten in region play. Congratulations to our student athletes of the week, Kristen Hudson of Pisgah High School, and Zoe Williams, who plays flag football at Albertville High School. Student Athlete of the Week is made possible each and every week by Bring Your Own Bids Retail and Mike Richards Automotive. At 10:24, this is the High School Football Scoreboard.
At Family Savings Credit Union, we believe in people helping people. Whether you're overcoming challenges or building on great credit, we're here with real support, smart guidance, and personalized plans, because you're not just a number, you're family.
Apply online for quick turnaround. FamilySavingsCU.com.
Family Savings Credit Union, where your money grows with you and your family. Member accounts insured by NCUA.
The Furniture Shop, Lazy Boy Comfort Studio in Albertville and Henniger strives to provide quality furniture for every lifestyle. Choose from entertainment centers, bedroom suites, dining tables, home accessories, bedding, and Lazy Boy recliners, sofas, and chairs. The Furniture Shop, Lazy Boy Comfort Studio is located on Highway 431 in Albertville and Highway 75 in Henniger.
On Friday nights, the big wins happen under the lights. But at Gadsden State Community College, the victories happen every day. Whether it's working toward a college degree, mastering hands-on workforce training, or charging into the healthcare career, Gadsden State is here to help you find and reach your next set of goals. Financial assistance is plentiful, classes are flexible, and the opportunities are wide open. Enroll at Gadsden State and let's start your next big win. Visit GadsdenState.edu to get started.
This is the DeKalb County Sheriff Nick Weldon. At the DeKalb County Sheriff's Office, we truly believe in the concept of public service. My deputies and I will always strive to be fair and just and treat every person the same. We pledge to develop a partnership with the community to improve the safety for each citizen and give them a positive experience with our office. Our goal at the DeKalb County Sheriff's Office is to protect you, your family, and your property. God bless.
This is Jonathan Bright, owner of Jonathan Bright Independent Contracting Services. Are you having roof trouble? Call me today at 256-505-9842. Your local trusted roofer. And from all of us here at Jonathan Bright Independent Contracting, we'd like to say good luck to our Albertville Aggies.
The snap is good. The connection is great. FTC brings fiber internet to your home turf this football season. No buffering, no dropped connections, just reliable high-speed internet that's built to perform where it matters most. Whether you're streaming the game or checking the scores, we've got the speed you need. Score big with FTC's fiber, your home team for high-speed internet. Call 256-638-2144 or visit farmerstel.com today. FTC, we keep you connected.
A dealership that puts the community first. Welcome to Sam Boswell Honda of Gadsden, your hometown headquarters for all things Honda. From Gadsden, Oxford, Jacksonville, Attala, Boaz, Albertville, Gunnersville, and beyond. We offer Alabama's top selection of new Hondas, plus an extensive lineup of dependable pre-owned vehicles, all at prices you'll love. Thinking about selling your car? We're ready to buy. Find us on East Meagan Boulevard in Gadsden. Explore our inventory anytime at BoswellHondaGadsden.com. Sam Boswell Honda. Vehicles you can depend on, people you can trust.
You can listen to high school football action each week on WQSB's sister station. WKXX 102.9 brings you Hoax Bluff Eagles football, and Power 107.5 covers Albertville Aggie football. Now back to the scoreboard on Alabama's country giant WQSB.
And welcome back into the high school football scoreboard. Jeff Allen, Phil Harris, the whole scoreboard gang with you here in week number 5 of the high school football season. I want to go to the telephone now and talk to Coach Jay Lipscomb of the North Sand Mountain Thundering Herd. They're off to a very impressive 5-0 start after their big win at home up at Higdon tonight as they shut out the Gaston Bulldogs 54-0. Coach, welcome in and congratulations. Don't know if you could have a much better start than what your football team has had here in the first half of the season.
I appreciate it. We played hard. We started a little sloppy tonight, but ended up playing really well. Fixed things quickly. I thought our kids played hard and played fast, so I was really proud of them and how well we played and how hard we played.
Coach, talk about this defensive team. I mean, gave up 7 points to Woodville. Understand that you gave up a touchdown maybe on the last play against Cedar Bluff last week, but another shutout tonight. So 3 shutouts, only 13 points scored against this team in the first 5 games of the season. They're playing outstanding for you.
Yes. They play really hard. I mean, they've been flying to the ball, pursuing the ball, and then, when you pursue really well and you play physical and play hard, it covers up a lot of mistakes you're making. So, obviously there's always things to fix, and we've got to continue to get a lot better. But all of our defensive coaches have done a really good job. Coach Hall, Coach Ogle, Coach Poore, Coach Anderson does a really good job with the defensive backs at times. Everybody's doing a good job, and the kids are buying in and playing extremely hard. And, we got a lot of guys like Cade Davis, Jackson Burgess, Duncan Wilt, White Starkey. They're all making plays. So, they're all playing really hard. Brady Anderson's made a whole lot of plays for us this year. So, everybody's just, kind of pulling in the same direction, and we've got to continue to get better because, we've got some big goals that we hope to be able to accomplish and give ourselves a chance to accomplish. So we got to continue, like I said, to get better every week.
Coach, talk about this game. You said you kind of got off to a slow start, but when you look at the score, it's 54-0. Obviously, the offense also played very good for you tonight.
Yes, sir. It just, like I said, we've got kind of a standard of how we expect to do things, and early on, like I said, just had some penalties, missed some blocks, went the wrong way, and had a blown coverage early. Luckily, it didn't cost us, but just stuff that, if you get in a big game and you're in a close game, stuff that can cost you, and trying to get our kids to understand, no matter the score, that we can't have those mistakes. We've got to continue to play the way we expect to play and the way we prepare to play. So, but like I said, they kept grinding, played extremely hard. Felt like we were the most physical team and played the hardest. And if you do that, you usually give yourself a chance to win. So.
Well, Coach Lipscomb, of course, last year there was a lot of peaks and valleys with this football team. Maybe you won one you weren't supposed to, and you lost one you weren't supposed to. But what has been the difference between this year and last year? I know part of it's the kids have bought in, but what is the major difference between this year and last year? Is there something you can really put your finger on?
We've been really hard on them, but the kids have helped build a culture shift. Everybody's pulling in the same direction, and last year, at times we were all pulling different directions. So everybody's bought in and pulling in the same direction. We've got a good senior group. Got some new kids out that didn't play last year, like Brady Anderson, that's in that senior group, and he's made a lot of plays for us and a good kid. So you get good senior leadership, and like I said, we've been extremely hard on them, but they've met every challenge we've thrown at them, and it's just helped build a culture shift with them, and it's really just all about the kids and what they've been willing to do. If they buy in to what we're selling, usually you have success. But so they've played extremely hard, set the standards, set the culture, and continue to try to get better every week. So I think that's been the biggest difference. Just overall leadership and the effort at which we practice with and play with.
Well, Coach, I ran into Coach Barbie, the baseball coach, the other day, and I asked him about how baseball was going. He said, well, I only get about 3 kids. He said, the rest of them plays multiple sports. He said, I kind of get a break. He said, but I'm excited for these kids that are playing football and having success on the football field. has that spilled over into the school, not only with the teachers, but also with the students? So have they really bought in and gotten behind this football program?
I'm not saying they have. I mean, if they're winning, everybody kind of buys in. You got to be careful listening to Coach Barger, though. He says but no, I mean, I think there's a lot of excitement around. And but I think we all support each other. Obviously, the success the baseball team's had the past few years, basketball team, girls basketball team. I mean, I just, we got a pretty tight knit, coaching staff and a lot of young coaches, and I think we all support each other well. And like I said, the more you win, the more support you're going to get from the school and the community. So.
Coach, again, congratulations on a 5-0 start. Big win over Gaston tonight, 54-0. You've got a road game at Valley Head next week before you go into an open date, I believe, in week 6, and then you're going to finish out your region schedule and a couple of tough games in that region coming up. But I know you're looking forward to that Valley Head game next week and to try to go to 6-0.
Yes. Obviously, we go over there on Thursday night. Tough place to play, so we just got to be prepared and, continue to do the things we've been doing, continue to practice hard and get better. And like I said, just every week we've got a standard of how we expect to play, and hopefully we can go out there again and compete to that standard and that level.
Well, Coach, congratulations to you and your staff and the team on your start at 5-0 this year. And thanks for spending some time with us tonight on the Scoreboard Show.
Thank you.
That's Coach Jay Lipscomb at North Sand Mountain. He's one of the teams that's playing really well right now. Not ranked, but I feel I expect them to be ranked next week. They're 5-0 and 3-0 in region play. And one final score we haven't passed along to you tonight. We finally confirmed that St. Clair County has defeated Centerpoint tonight, 47-9. St. Clair County bounces back after that tough loss last week against Moody. They bounce back strong tonight with a 47-9 win over Centerpoint. But back to North Sand Mountain for a moment. Great defensive team. Maybe their competition hadn't been that great so far this year. They're going to face some tough competition coming up with Pleasant Valley and Pisgah in the last half of the year. But when you've only allowed 13 points through your first 5 games, that's about as good as it gets.
Yeah, definitely so. Of course, they go to Valley Head next week. They'll be the favorite in that game, but they're going to get a stiff challenge. It's a tough place to go play. But, that'll be good for his team, because going into the end of the schedule, when they get to that Pleasant Valley and Pisgah, they're going to have to really play at a high level. But it looks like right now this team is answering the bell so far.
Phil, just a few minutes ago before we went to break, we talked about Titletown being 5 and the number of state championships that 5. I forgot, and I was reminded that they've won 6 cheerleader championships to go along with 7 football and 7 basketball and 1 boys basketball.
Yeah. Of course, you knew when you said that there was going to be something.
That's
somebody
okay.
was going to call you out.
That's okay.
That means somebody's listening.
Well, that means people are listening.
Yeah.
We appreciate that very much, that people are listening. And they do correct us, because we make mistakes all the time.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We're the only infallible person in this room is Trey.
Yeah.
He's infallible. Yeah. Because he's on the other side of the board, and he can cut us off and turn us on any time. So he's the infallible one.
Yeah, because if he thinks he's wrong, he can just cut us off.
Exactly.
I can turn everybody off when I need to.
In Class 3A tonight, speaking of that, final scores, it was 5 over Brindley Mountain, 54-14. Geraldine went on the road, knocked off Holly Pond. Holly Pond had been pretty impressive so far this year. They had a big win over Sylvania last week, but at home tonight, that was a big challenge against the Geraldine Bulldogs, and Geraldine wins 45-6. Phil, later on in the season, I believe, and that's going to be in week 9. It's Geraldine and 5, and that'll probably decide that region championship. Collinsville at home tonight. It was homecoming, and the Panthers had a happy homecoming with a 43-19 win over Asbury. Sylvania gets their first win as Phil congratulated Coach Waltrip. He's a graduate of Sylvania, played for Coach Benefield there in the 90s. Back there, it was good to see him in green and gold again, as I told him. But Sylvania gets their first win of the year tonight at home against Whitesburg Christian. Big game over at the Field of Champions. Phil, I bet that was a great atmosphere tonight at the Field of Champions. 40-27, the final score as Piedmont defeats Westbrook. It was a great game. Both teams going in unbeaten. They were unbeaten in region play. Piedmont was number 2. Westbrook wasn't ranked. Probably should have been ranked. But Piedmont, the Bulldogs, get the win tonight.
Yeah, this just goes to show you how great a coach that Coach Jonathan Miller is. Before he came to Piedmont, he was very successful. You know, they had an injury-riddled season his first year. This is year 3. Last year they had probably a better year than people expected, but Coach Jonathan Miller is doing an outstanding job. You know, this was 2 of the best going at each other from both sidelines, but, what a great atmosphere that had to be tonight.
You said it earlier, this could have been the region championship game. So far this season, these 2 teams have probably played better than any of the others because Westbrook has a win over Glencoe. Glencoe's 3-1. They're playing well, but they lost to Westbrook earlier in the season. So Piedmont on top of that region right now, 4-0 overall, 3-0 in region play. Also in that region tonight, the 60th meeting in Blount County between J.B. Pennington and Locust Fork there in Bluntsville tonight, and the win goes to Pennington 46-14. Ohatchee picks up their first win of the year as they travel to Weaver and beat the Bearcats 21-13. Walter Welborn picks up win number 3. One of the most surprising results to me last week was Glencoe beating Walter Welborn 42-0. Welborn bounces back this week with a 36-12 win over Saxon. We talked about Glencoe. They had an open date this week. They've got a big rivalry game with Oaks Bluff coming up next week.
Yeah, and Jeff, something I thought of back in that Piedmont and Westbrook game is when I was listening to it, the difference in the game of what I heard. Piedmont up front was really putting pressure on the quarterback for Westbrook, and that's what you've got to do because quarterback play is very important in Coach Smith's offense, and Piedmont did a great job defensively, keeping pressure on the quarterback of Westbrook.
Make it your Friday night tradition by listening to the High School Football Scoreboard on FM 105.1 WQSB, Power 107.5 FM, or WKXX 102.9, or download and listen on the app wherever you are. It's 10:40, and this is the High School Football Scoreboard.
In sports, every point counts. And at Alpha Insurance, we know when it comes to your budget, every dollar counts. That's why we work to get you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Plus, every Alpha policy comes with personal service from our hometown team. Call Alpha to start saving today.
In North Alabama, call us, Cy Giles and Holly Bobo at the Giles & Bobo Insurance Group.
You can reach us at 256-538-8201 or stop by our office at 410 5th Avenue Northeast in Atala, Alabama.
Since 1991, James Barbecue has been serving up mouth-watering barbecue starting from a humble food truck in Geraldine, Alabama. Now with 2 smoking locations, including Little James Barbecue at Rainsville, they're still cooking fresh food daily with homemade sauces you'll dream about. Don't forget steak night every Friday, hot off the grill and worth the trip. And Annie says,
"Come get my dad's barbecue. We're fired up to serve you."
James Barbecue or Little James Barbecue is always available for catering. James Barbecue, slow cooked and full of Southern flavor.
At Family Savings Credit Union, we believe in people helping people. Whether you're overcoming challenges or building on great credit, we're here with real support, smart guidance, and personalized plans because you're not just a number, you're family.
Apply online for quick turnaround. FamilySavingsCU.com.
Family Savings Credit Union, where your money grows with you and your family. Member accounts insured by NCUA.
For 73 years, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service has been the place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. Our family takes pride in carrying on the tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose the people you can trust. With 12 locations to serve you, including Albertville, Gunnersville, and Gadsden, at Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
Hi, this is Brent Rhodes, candidate for DeKalb County Commission President. As a lifelong resident of DeKalb County, I care deeply about our people, our values, and our future. On May the 19th, I would truly appreciate your vote. I'm committed to working hard for our community and helping move DeKalb County forward. Best of luck to all of our local teams this year. We're proud of you.
Paid political advertisement by Brent Rhodes, Crossville, Alabama.
When it comes to your family's health, you deserve a doctor who listens. Riverview Regional Medical Center's Dr. Sabrina Morgan Graves provides compassionate, personalized care for every stage of life, from checkups and wellness visits to managing ongoing health needs. Conveniently located in the Medical Arts Building at 303 Bay Street in Gadsden. Call 256-543-1222 today to schedule your appointment with Dr. Morgan Graves. Caring for your family like family.
Friday Night Lights are shining bright across our community, and Coca-Cola United is proud to be on the sidelines cheering with you. From the first kickoff to the final whistle, we're here to support our hometown athletes, coaches, and fans. Nothing brings people together like football, and nothing refreshes like an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola United, celebrating our community, one game at a time.
Your Friday night football tradition continues. Now back to the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard, presented by Southern Elite Realty in Guntersville.
And congratulations to Case Robertson. Case was from Woodville High School, and he was Marshall DeKalb Electric's Lineman of the Week. Congratulations to Case, and each week during the regular season, Marshall DeKalb Electric awards a Lineman of the Week award. It's 10:44, and this is the High School Football Scoreboard.
Well, let's get it started. Class 1A, Region 8, a big matchup between Spring Garden and Valley Head tonight. The Tigers had started off 2-0 in region play as they had beaten Ider and Galesville and had a chance to get to the 3-0 mark, went down to Spring Garden. Spring Garden has one region loss so far, and that was to Woodville. This was almost a must-win for Spring Garden. They got it done. They answered the bell. They knock off Valley Head 58-23. Appalachian continues to play well. They go on the road to Ider. They win 49-0. And what a huge win for Coach Joel Poole and the Woodville Panthers as they go on the road down to Joan Ford Stadium. Knock off Raglan 37-34 to get to 4-1 on the season. Galesville had an open date this week.
Going to be interesting in that Woodville and Appalachian game coming up in a few weeks in 1A Region 8. Moving on to 2A. 2A Region 7, we talked to Coach Jay Lipscomb a few minutes ago. North Sand Mountain picked up win number 5 on the year, a 54-0 shutout of Gaston tonight. Section picks up win number 1 on the season at home tonight against Cedar Bluff. Section wins 19-7. Pleasant Valley picks up win number 4 on the year as they beat Sandrock tonight 48-7. In 2A Region 6, it was Southeastern. They defeat Falkville 21-14 tonight. It was Cleveland over West End 33-26. Coosa Christian knocks off Susan Moore 56-26. In a non-region game tonight, it was Coal Springs defeating Winston County 44-18 is the final.
In Class 3A, of course, big games in Region 3A Region 8. It was 5 winning over Brinkley Mountain 55-14. Geraldine got past Holly Pond. This game was probably a lot bigger margin than we might have thought. Holly Pond very good offensively, but Geraldine pretty good football team this year. They win 45-6 over the Broncos. Collinsville wins over Asbury 43-19. As we told you about, Sylvania knocks off Whitesburg Christian 35-14. 3A Region 6, Piedmont, what a huge win. The Bulldogs, under Coach Jonathan Miller, pick up a huge win over Westbrook Christian 40-27 at the Field of Champions. J.B. Pennington wins over Locust Fork 46-14. Ohatchee beat Weaver 21-13. Walter Welborn was a winner over Sachs 36-12. And Glencoe had an open date.
Moving on to Class 4A Region 6 tonight, Asheville pulls another upset. They beat Aniana on the road last week. They win at home tonight over Etowah, 27-19. Asheville now 3-1 on the season. Anniston had another impressive win as the Bulldogs go to Hoax Bluff tonight to Mike Robertson Stadium and knock off the Eagles 24-0. Cherokee County, just Cherokee County things. They win again. They're 4-1 on the year. They won 4 in a row. They beat White Plains 34-18. It was Alexandria outscoring Aniana tonight 49-33. Out of 4A Region 8, it was Westminster shutting out DAR 31-0. North Jackson shuts out New Hope 49-0. It was Madison Academy over Madison County 48-13. Randolph was a winner over St. John Paul 44-14. And Plainview in a non-region game, they beat Pisgah tonight 61-30. And speaking of Plainview, Coach Dale Pruitt is on the phone with us right now. Let's get Coach Pruitt on. Good evening, Coach. Welcome into Scoreboard, and congratulations again on another big win for your football team tonight to go to 4-0 on the season.
Thank you. We're proud of it. It was a good team win. Felt like we controlled the line of scrimmage very well, and that's what we felt like we had to do against that bunch, because they're very athletic. They do a good job too.
Well, Coach, that's one thing you've talked about when we talked to you this year. Obviously, your running backs and quarterback have played well, but it seemed like up front every week you've controlled the line of scrimmage in these first 4 wins, and also the defensive line of scrimmage.
Well, that's true. We had a really good defense is getting better as far as stopping the run. We felt like we had to stop the run against Pisgah because we knew they was going to complete some passes. And they did a good job. Pisgah did a really good job getting some people open in the secondary. Quarterback done a great job throwing it to them. And they played well the whole game. We just was a little bit bigger and stronger. But our line of scrimmage on both sides was a big difference in that. But, our running back and quarterback throwing the ball better. It's good better. There's some really good practice in that. And we've got people that can catch it, and they did a good job. And I'm proud of all of them. But we are getting a little better each game, and that's what we try to do.
Well, Coach, in this game, it seems like you went out and you got the lead early, even when Pisgah came back and answered your score. It seems like you were able to go back and keep at least a 2-score lead or more through the first couple of quarters until you were able to pull away there in the second half.
Well, that's true. In the halftime, it was a 2-score game, and they had stopped us the last 2 times we had the ball. So I think the first few times we scored. But we did come back out the second half and do a pretty good job of taking control of the ball game again, because it was anybody's ball game at halftime.
Well, Coach Pruitt, this is Phil Harris. I want to ask you about that. At the first part of the season, of course, you knew you were going to be pretty good defensively, going to be pretty good up front. The quarterback position in Owen Hope, tell us how he has performed so far this year. Has he been a big surprise?
He's done a great job tonight. He's done a great job all year. He's a kid that's not played quarterback since the 8th grade, and he didn't start all the time, I don't think, in 8th grade. I didn't coach him at that time. But he threw the ball extremely well, especially deep tonight. Also, Sawyer Wilbur made a really good catch on a touchdown, and Ty Traylor made a good catch on a play. Them were 2 balls that were pretty well covered, and he threw it pretty well. Of course, he runs it well every night, and so he's getting a little more confidence, and I think we protected really well for him tonight when we did throw the football.
Well, Coach, I want to ask you about this. Of course, the big difference in this year and last year, you kind of sort of faded at the end of a lot of games, and a lot of times you were gassed. Have you seen the leadership with this football team that has really taken over? Because, a team that becomes player-driven will become successful. Have you seen a lot of that this year?
Well, I think, the fact that a lot of them were first-year players last year, a lot of them were young and all this kind of stuff. I think the experience that they got last year has helped this year. I think we've got a few more out, too, that's helped as far as we're a little bit deeper. And our JV offensive line was in on the last touchdown and did a great job on a pretty good drive. And so that's helping us get some depth. And, we're just a year over. So that really helped.
Coach, before we let you go tonight, one of the things of the last couple of weeks and reading the accounts of the game and just listening to some of your comments tonight, it sounds like your offense is making more explosive plays this year. You're scoring more points. Is it because of those explosive plays on offense?
Sure. I forget what the stats are, but if you take the football and have to drive it 80 yards and you don't have any explosive plays, then your chances of scoring is not very good. And of course, 20 yards or more is considered an explosive play, I guess. But anyway, we have had that, and we've kind of had a 1-2 punch at running back. Hodgins is a kid that ran it last year, and he's running it this year. He's doing a great job. But we've also had Rylan Gibbs come in and done a good job running the football and the middle things. And of course, it also helps. Our quarterback is very athletic, and he makes some people miss, and that's helped us a lot.
Well, Coach, you're 4-0 now. You've got a big game against Sylvania. Go on the road next week in a rivalry game, and Sylvania got their first win of the year, so they're going to come in a confident bunch against Plainview next week. That's always a great game between Plainview and Sylvania, and I know you're already looking forward to that one.
Well, we're always going to get their best shot. They get ready to play Plainview, and I hope we do the same thing. So it should be a good ball game. We'll just hope to get a little bit better this week.
Coach, we appreciate your comments tonight. Congratulations on your 4-0 start, and I wish you the best next week against Sylvania.
Thank you.
That's Coach Dale Pruitt as the Bears, I believe, this first 4-0 start, Phil, since 2020 for the Plainview Bears. And like you say, I believe they're saying up there, too much blue again at Plainview. Lake properties, mountain properties, residential or commercial. At Southern Elite Realty, they treat every property like it's their own. Check them out at mysouthernelite.com. Southern Elite Realty, where great real estate is built on a firm foundation.
It's football time in Alabama. The players are hitting the field, the cheerleaders are firing up the crowd, the drum major's striking up the band, and we all stand for the national anthem. This is Congressman Robert Adderholt. While you cheer your favorite team this season, I'll be on President Trump's team shaking things up in Washington. When we stand on conservative principles, it's a win for everyone. I'm Robert Adderholt, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Adderholt for Congress.
When your ride's having issues again, don't panic. Call the family at Ohana Auto Repair in Rainbow City. Ohana means family, and that's exactly how we treat you. Our ASE certified technicians work on all makes and models, European, domestic, and import, from oil changes to engine diagnostics to electrical issues that make your dash light up. And yes, we actually know what that weird clanking sound is. Ohana Auto Repair in Rainbow City, where you're not just a customer, you're family. Call us at 256-442-6864.
Pax Nursery and Garden Center on Highway 168 between Boaz and Kilpatrick reminds you fall is time for planting, and they have a large selection of fruit trees, blackberry plants, grapevines, blueberry bushes, shade and flowering trees, encore azaleas, hydrangeas, roses, hollies, boxwoods, and much more. They also have mulch, pine straw, concrete pots, and statuary. Follow them on Facebook to see what's new. Pax Nursery and Garden Center, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4:30, and Saturdays till noon.
A dealership that puts the community first. Welcome to Sam Boswell Honda of Gadsden, your hometown headquarters for all things Honda. From Gadsden, Oxford, Jacksonville, Attala, Boaz, Albertville, Gunnersville, and beyond. We offer Alabama's top selection of new Hondas, plus an extensive lineup of dependable pre-owned vehicles, all at prices you'll love. Thinking about selling your car? We're ready to buy. Find us on East Meagan Boulevard in Gadsden. Explore our inventory anytime at BoswellHondaGadsden.com. Sam Boswell Honda. Vehicles you can depend on, people you can trust.
Hi, I'm Randy Jones, your hometown trusted choice insurance agency.
Randy Jones and Associates knows the playing field, and we have been proudly serving communities across North Alabama for 46 years. Having the right protection on the field is important. The RJA team of experienced agents will help you find affordable, customized insurance coverage for your family, business, and future. Stop by a local Randy Jones Associates office for a free, no-obligation quote or complimentary policy review.
At Liberty Bank, we value our local schools and are proud to support all of our teams because this is our community too. To everyone who puts in the long hours of practice to help our kids win in life and on the field, we salute you. Whether you're coach from the sidelines, sell concessions, or score touchdowns, the Liberty Bank team is cheering for you. So from our team to yours, let's make it a great season. Liberty Bank, local bankers serving local customers since 1971.
This football season, Kia of Rainbow City is proud to be part of the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard. And we're bringing that same energy to your driveway. Score big with tons of stylish new Kias, all with low monthly payments and zero down options. Or rush in and check out Kia of Rainbow City's huge lineup of quality pre-owned vehicles. Plus, mention this ad and take an extra $500 off your next vehicle. Come see how we sack the competition at the all-new Kia of Rainbow City. We have your Kia now, too.
Now back to the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard, presented by Southern Elite Realty in Guntersville, the most listened to scoreboard in the state of Alabama. Here's your hosts, Jeff Allen and Phil Harris.
And coming up at 11:45 this evening, we'll name this week's Team of the Week. The Team of the Week sponsors each week are Dixie Designs, Wilson's Trophies, and Wilburn's Waxing Solutions. The Team of the Week announcement is coming up at 11:45 right here on the High School Football Scoreboard. And once again, I want to compliment the folks over at Woodville today. Great welcome by the Woodville Panthers today as we were able to meet them in the gym. They were going to leave early, so we had a little earlier pep rally there today. And great to see Coach Poole once again. And that team is there off to a great 4-1 start, and they had a big win over Spring Garden last week. First time in school history they beat a ranked team. First time in school history they'd beat Spring Garden. I think they were 0-13 against Spring Garden until last week. So congratulations to the Woodville Panthers. And do we have a Coach Miller on the line with us? Let's get him on. Coach Miller, this is Jeff Allen and Phil Harris at the High School Football Scoreboard. Good evening, welcome in, and congratulations. Big win there at the Field of Champions tonight against Westbrook. Looking across the field at Coach Steve Smith, who won so many games at that field, is it a little intimidating to see him across on the sideline?
Well, you know, we've played each other so much.
Right.
That it's not, it's, I think the weird part of it is just our roles are reversed. You know, I'm used to being on the visitor side,
right,
and he's used to being on the home side. So that's the unique part about it. But, I mean, we've faced off several times. So, you know, that part of it's fairly normal.
I tell you, he had such a great run there for those 18 years. But your football team this year, ranked number 2 in the state, they're 4-0 now against a very good Westbrook team tonight. Big team win for you this evening.
Yeah, it was. You know, we had an off week last week and got a chance to regroup a little bit. And, you know, sometimes those off weeks hurt you a little bit, but you know, we might have overthought some stuff coming into the game, but regardless, it was a big region win. You know, it had playoff implications. You know, I think we're both going to be playoff teams in this region, and you know, it was good to get the win here at Field of Champions, and it was a great atmosphere, great crowd.
Coach, talk about your sophomore quarterback coming into the season. I'm sure you had confidence in him going into the season, but he's really performed well for you so far through the first 4 games.
He has, and you know, breaking in a new quarterback, he's young. He's actually started at shortstop for 3 years on the varsity. He started as a 7th grader, so he's got some experience in pressure situations. So, you know, it's a little bit different playing quarterback at Piedmont, though, in these big games.
Right.
So, you know, he's he's come through for us. Done everything we asked him to do. He's a kid that's not going to get too high, not going to get too low, not going to get rattled, and he's talented and can make plays when his number's called. And we've just told him to kind of be our point guard and distribute the ball to the guys around him.
Yeah, Cole Austin has had a great season so far for you. Coach, I want to ask about Raleigh Pinto. I know he's a great receiver, and I think just from the outside looking in, he's helped your running game this year because wherever you line him up, I know they've got at least 2 or 3 people on him to try to keep him from getting the ball. That's had to help your running game this year.
There's no doubt, and we're actually had a good start running football. Been very pleased with our offensive line, and Raleigh commands a lot of attention, rightfully so. He's a big-time player. He made a lot of good plays here in the second half, and they just decided to double-team him in the third quarter and kind of opened up things, took another person out of the box, and enabled us to run the football, and we were able to finish some drives. And we built a 3-score lead there in the fourth quarter, and they got a touchdown late. But it's good for our offensive line, confidence builder to come out here and play well, and I think they did that tonight.
Well, Coach Miller, this is Phil Harris. I listened to the first part of the ball game, and one thing that I think that kind of set the tone for this game, I think, Raleigh Pinto and the offense gets a lot of credit, but tonight, to me, defensively was key to this game. Y'all's opening score came off of taking the ball off the punter's foot, basically, and running in for a touchdown to get up 8-0. Of course, Westbrook came right back and scored and tied at 8-8, but then y'all put together 2 scoring drives. But from what I listened to, y'all continually put pressure on their quarterback, and that's key to if you're going to beat Westbrook.
Yeah, we've had a great start defensively this season, and their quarterback, man, he gave us fits tonight, just especially on third down, extending plays, and we got a couple big sacks there in the second half. That a big turnover. We made a big play on third down and got the ball and couldn't capitalize on that drive. But our defense has been key for us all year, and we did get some pressure on him tonight in some key situations. There's another situation that led to another score in the fourth quarter where we got some pressure on him, and he kind of threw one up for grabs. So, I think we just got to continue to get better throughout the course of the season. It's early. There's a lot of football to be played, and we're certainly in a good position right now. But, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Well, Coach, being the head coach at Piedmont, the expectations are very high, and these kids know they're going to get everybody's best. It don't matter who Piedmont plays. You're going to get their best. I guess you really don't have to say it a whole lot. These kids understand they have to take special attention to detail because, that's the difference between winning and losing because, you have to be a little bit, you have to be better than anybody you play because, like I say, you're going to get the other team's best, and they know that.
There's no doubt. I thought Westbrook, came in with a good game plan, and it was a game they had circled on the calendar, for sure. Just like everybody else we play, and it kind of comes with the territory, and I think it keeps you on your toes, and you got to play well each and every week, and you got to prepare well, and that's something that we're going to continue to have to do throughout the course of the season, because there's a lot of football left to be played.
Coach, you talked about how tough the region is. 3A Region 6, one of the toughest 3A regions in the state of Alabama. And, of course, you have more region games than other teams do. You start off with Cherokee County, and then you jump right in. But one of your non-region games next week, you go on the road for, I guess, the next 3 weeks as I look at your schedule with B.B. Comer, Locust Fork, and J.B. Pennington. So that's going to be a challenging part of the schedule going on the road 3 weeks in a row.
There's no doubt, and looking at the schedule during the preseason, we knew it'd be a tough stretch for us, and we thought it was important to get off to a good start. Having 3 of the first 4 games at home, and we've done that. We knew two of those games are going to be really, really big tests for us with Westbrook coming in here in Cherokee County week 0. So, we've kind of held serve at home, done what we wanted to do, and next 3 weeks will be challenging, playing 3 good opponents on the road. But, we just got to take it one day at a time, focus on the task at hand, and continue to get better.
Well, Coach, congratulations to you and your staff, and of course, the football team there at Piedmont, 4-0 start, a 40-27 win over Westbrook tonight. Thanks for spending a few minutes with us tonight on our scoreboard show.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me on.
All right. Thanks a lot. That's Coach Jonathan Miller. He had some huge shoes to fill,
Oh, yeah.
Steve Smith, I think, looking today, he was 198-36 in his 18 seasons. So with my Crossville math, that's like an 11-2 regular season, or 11-2 season each year. So that's some pretty big shoes to follow, but Coach Miller's doing well there.
Oh, definitely. So, of course, he was a successful coach before he ever
Sure
came.
he was.
He's been an outstanding coach. So, and it takes an outstanding coach to follow another outstanding coach. So he took on the challenge and has done very well. You have to be proud for him. This is a huge type win and one of those that solidifies that you're the head football coach of this football program. And so far, they have really blossomed under him.
Yeah, I think Coach Miller's record now, as I look at it, is maybe 122-40. So that's not bad himself. So Piedmont had a couple of great coaches back to back here. Let's run down some 5 and 6A and 7A scores, Phil, before we go to break tonight. In 5A Region 8, it was Boaz over Douglas, 45-14. Gunnersville got a big win in the Battle of Highway 69, I think is what we're calling that one. That is a name game there. The 97th meeting between Gunnersville and Arab goes to Gunnersville 14-10. Scottsboro picks up their 4th win of the year on the road at Sardis tonight, 42-7, and Brewer had an open date. Out of 5A Region 6, Jacksonville coach Jeremy Sullivan's team, big win at home tonight, upsetting number 6 Leeds. Leeds came in unbeaten on the year. Jacksonville knocks them off 30-7. It was Springville outscoring Lincoln tonight to get their first win, 37-34. St. Clair County bounces back after a tough loss last week against Moody. They win tonight over Center Point 47-9. And speaking of Moody, they win at home tonight in a non-region game over Helena 31-28.
In Class 5A Region 7, it was Fairview winning over Lawrence County 55-6. Priceville knocked off East Limestone 31-6, and Russellville beat Ardmore 42-7. West Point had an open date. 5A Region 5, Carver beat Hayden 60-14. Briarwood beat Winona 40-22. Ramsey was a winner over John Carroll 40-7, and Coroner had an open date.
Let's look at your 6A scores tonight. 6A Region 8, the Fort Payne Wildcats went on the road tonight. Big game for them as Mae Jemison, though they were 2-2 overall, they were 2-0 in region play, and Fort Payne got the win 35-18. Gadsden City also was playing in Madison County tonight. They traveled to Hazel Green, and the Titans double up Hazel Green 28-14, and Buckhorn, they're 4-1 on the year. The Bucks shut out Lee 43-0. Southside was open this week. 6A Region 7, Muscle Shoals, they remain unbeaten. They're ranked number 4. They shut out Coleman 42-0. Hartselle is 4-0. They're ranked number 5. They beat Decatur 42-7. Jasper is not ranked, but they're 5-0. They will be ranked at some point in time, should in 6A. They beat Athens 30-13, and it was Columbia. They were open this week.
Out of 6A Region 6, Mountain Brook destroyed Oxford 42-14. Pell City beat Huffman 49-7. Pinson Valley shuts out Shades Valley 33-0. Clay Chalkville was a winner over Brandon, Mississippi 47-15. 6A Region 5, it was Minor getting past Gardendale 35-33. Woodlawn slips past Mortimer Jordan as they come from behind 26-21. Homewood all over Jackson Nolan 49-0. And Carrollton, Georgia, in a non-region game, beat Parker 43-7.
From Class 7A tonight, 7A Region 3, it was Hewitt-Trussville staying unbeaten. They shut out Hillcrest Tuscaloosa 24-0. Hoover back in the win column. Though they trailed the first half of this game, they scored like 48 unanswered points in beating Prattville 48-23. Thompson 4-1 on the year, ranked number 2. They went over Vestavia Hills 35-3, and Oak Mountain knocks off Tuscaloosa County 43-7. In 7A Region 4, it was Florence upsetting Bob Jones. Bob Jones came in unbeaten, ranked number 8. Florence knocks them off 24-6. James Clemens beats Grissom 40-6. It was Sparkman outscoring Huntsville 36-28, and Austin beat Albertville tonight. That final was Austin 23 and Albertville 14. Wilburn Waxing Solutions specializes in recoating gymnasium hardwood floors, tile floors, and they offer commercial cleaning. Contact Michael or Mikhail Wilburn at Wilburn Waxing Solutions, or check them out on Facebook at 1112. You're listening to the High School Football Scoreboard.
Hey, it's Friday Night Lights. Cooler weather and great deals on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs at Alexander Ford in Boaz. Come see us before you buy your next vehicle. We do not have what you want. We'll order it for you. We have been in business for over 50 years and want to thank our customers and invite you to come see why people come see us again and again. The automobile business has changed, but Alexander Ford still values family, friendships, and good hometown people. Good luck to your school this football season, and come see us at Alexander Ford in Boaz.
The Furniture Shop, Lazy Boy Comfort Studio in Albertville and Henniger strives to provide quality furniture for every lifestyle. Choose from entertainment centers, bedroom suites, dining tables, home accessories, bedding, and Lazy Boy recliners, sofas, and chairs. The Furniture Shop, Lazy Boy Comfort Studio is located on Highway 431 in Albertville and Highway 75 in Henniger.
On Friday nights, the big wins happen under the lights. But at Gadsden State Community College, the victories happen every day. Whether it's working toward a college degree, mastering hands-on workforce training, or charging into the healthcare career, Gadsden State is here to help you find and reach your next set of goals. Financial assistance is plentiful, classes are flexible, and the opportunities are wide open. Enroll at Gadsden State and let's start your next big win. Visit GadsdenState.edu to get started.
Score Time Scoreboards, the only authorized fair play dealer in Alabama. Owners Avery and Patty Hendricks would like to thank all our loyal customers for your patronage and trusting us to help you keep score for the past 31 years. From the new scoreboard video boards at Boaz and Douglas High School to all scoreboard video boards at Birmingham City Schools and all points in between. Proudly serving the WQSB listening area with your scoring needs. No matter what team you root for, the game starts and stops with Score Time Scoreboards.
At Family Savings Credit Union, we believe in people helping people. Whether you're overcoming challenges or building on great credit, we're here with real support, smart guidance, and personalized plans. Because you're not just a number, you're family.
Apply online for quick turnaround. FamilySavingsCU.com.
Family Savings Credit Union, where your money grows with you and your family. Member accounts insured by NCUA.
Hi, I'm Randy Jones, your hometown trusted choice insurance agency. Randy Jones and Associates knows the playing field, and we have been proudly serving communities across North Alabama for 46 years. Having the right protection on the field is important. The RJA team of experienced agents will help you find affordable, customized insurance coverage for your family, business, and future. Stop by a local Randy Jones Associates office for a free, no-obligation quote or complimentary policy review.
This football season, Kia of Rainbow City is proud to be part of the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard. And we're bringing that same energy to your driveway. Score big with tons of stylish new Kias, all with low monthly payments and zero down options. Or rush in and check out Kia of Rainbow City's huge lineup of quality pre-owned vehicles. Plus, mention this ad and take an extra $500 off your next vehicle. Come see how we sack the competition at the all-new Kia of Rainbow City. We have your Kia now too.
Hey folks, Jerry O'Neill, broker and owner of Southern Elite Realty. We're so proud to be a part of the WQSB family and honored to help bring you the Friday Night Scoreboard.
And you can be part of the show this season by submitting your game day photos from the field to the sidelines to the band to all the fans in the stands, and then you can upload them from the game tonight on the WQSB High School Football Facebook page, and that way you can show your school spirit and also be part of the Friday night tradition right here on the High School Football Scoreboard. Let's run down our top 10 from around the state of Alabama, beginning in Class 7A tonight, where number 1 Central of Phoenix City defeated Enterprise 53-24. Number 2 Thompson beat number 5 Estavio 35-3. It was number 3 Hewitt-Trussell beating number 10 Hillcrest Tuscaloosa 24-0. Number 4 Mary Montgomery rolls over Foley 50-7. Number 6 Auburn shuts out Jag of Montgomery 56-0. Number 7 Opelika was a winner over Smith Station 42-6. It was number 8 Bob Jones falling to Florence 24-6, and number 9 Dothan was defeated by Carver of Montgomery tonight. Carver knocks them off 50-28.
Dropping down to Class 6A, number 1 Parker fell to Carrollton, Georgia. Of course, that's a whole totally different animal when you play Carrollton.
Yeah.
Carrollton beat Parker 43-7. And folks, if you don't know who Carrollton, Georgia is, you should research them a little bit. They're pretty darn good year after year. Number 2 Clay Chalkville beats Brandon, Mississippi 42-15. Number 3 Saraland over McGill-Tulane 43-10. Number 4 Muscle Shoals beat Coleman 42-0. Number 5 Hartselle over Decatur 42-7. Spain Park, who's ranked number 8, fell to number 9 Benjamin Russell 35-34. What a great game that had to be. Number 7 Pike Road beat Percy Julian 43-0. Number 8 Homewood over Jackson Olin 49-0. And number 10 Russell County and Park Crossing, the game was moved till tomorrow.
Moving on to Class 5A, where number 1 Viger, they beat Centronella 33-21. Number 2 Moody over Helena 31-28. Number 3 Williamson shuts out BC Rain 48-0. Number 4 Fairview, the Aggies continue to roll. They win over Lawrence County 55-6. Number 5 Gunnersville beats Arab 14-10. Number 6 Leeds falls to Jacksonville. The Golden Eagles win 30-7. Number 7 Clay Central beats Sylacauga 58-17. Number 8 Northside over Shelby County 49-17. Number 9 Scottsboro goes on the road to Sardis and wins 42-7. And number 10 Andalusia falls to Pace, Florida 35-0.
And dropping down to Class 4A, it was number 1 Jackson knocking off Mobile Christian 42-14. St. Michael's number 2 beat Escambia County 56-14. Number 3 West Morgan continues their winning ways. They beat Hatton 23-14. Number 4 Cherokee County gets past White Plains 34-18. Number 5 Anniston, an impressive 24-0 win over Hope's Bluff. Number 6 Good Hope beat Cordova 34-6. Number 7 Madison Academy all over Madison County 48-13. Number 8 Opp, they beat Daleville 48-24. Number 9 North Jackson over New Hope 49-0.
Moving on to Class 3A, where number 1 Mars Hill, they continue to roll. They beat Lauderdale County tonight 42-7. And number 2 Piedmont, we talked to Coach Jonathan Miller just a few minutes ago. His Piedmont Bulldogs roll over Westbrook tonight 40-27. Number 3 T.R. Miller, best Hillcrest Evergreen 35-20. Number 4 Geraldine on the road at Holly Pond. The Bulldogs get the win 45-6. Number 5 Gordo over Midfield 56-20. Number 6 Fife beats Brindley Mountain 54-14. Number 7 Montgomery Academy beats Northside Methodist 62-6. It was Southside Selma by the same score, beating Greensboro 62-6. Number 9 Bayside Academy beats Flomaton 49-7, and number 10 Houston Academy loses to Wicksburg tonight 36-17.
Now, as we drop down to Class 2, I'm sure it's not basketball season yet. We're just halfway through football, but here's your basketball score. Number 2 in Class 2A, number 1 Reeltown beat Lochapoka 73-49. That's more of a basketball score. Number 2 Pisgah falls to 4A Plainview 61-30. Number 3 Luverne beat Zion Chapel 64-6. Number 4 Coosa Christian continues to impress. They beat Susan Moore 56-26. Number 5 Ayrton over GW Long 36-16. Number 6 Tuscaloosa Academy got off to a slow start, but then they blew out Greene County 41-12. It was number 8 Vincent beating number 7 Sulligent handily, 34-8. Number 9 Pleasant Valley over Sandrock, 48-7. Number 10 J.U. Blackshear falls to Clark County, 21-0.
Moving on to Class 1A, where number 1 Wadley beat Victory Christian 63-6. Number 2 Leroy over J.F. Shields 52-14. Number 3 Maplesville shuts out Autauga Academy 38-0. It was number 4 McKenzie doubling up Florala 56-28. Number 6 Addison beats number 5 Hackleburg 46-16. Number 7 Winterboro shuts out Donahoe 46-0. Number 8 Hubbardville beats Marion County 61-28. Number 9 Berry outscores South Lamar 54-33. And number 10 Southern Choctaw shuts out Marengo 35-0. And those are your top 10 scores from all 7 classifications in the state of Alabama. Southern Elite Realty serving all of North Alabama. Let Jerry O'Neill and his veteran team of agents provide you with a winning experience. You can check them out at mysouthernelite.com. Southern Elite Realty, where great real estate is built on a firm foundation.
Are you looking for a new job, a new career, a new beginning? Well, listen up. TS Tech in Boaz is hiring. That's right. Don't miss this opportunity. TS Tech offers competitive wages, shift premium, and all the job training for assembly and weld. No experience necessary. Limited positions available, so call today and work tomorrow. 256-593-9399. That's 256-593-9399. Your new beginning starts with a call to TS Tech. Come join our team. Call today. TS Tech is an equal opportunity employer.
At First Southern Bank, we've been serving our community since 1935. Starting small, growing strong, and always investing in what matters more, you. From personal checking to business loans, we're here to help you save smarter, borrow with confidence, and build a stronger future. We're local, we're homegrown, and we're still growing, one customer at a time. Visit Greg or Clint at the Boaz branch and experience banking built on trust, service, and hometown values. First Southern Bank, banking with heart since 1935. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
For 73 years, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service has been the place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. Our family takes pride in carrying on the tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose the people you can trust. With 12 locations to serve you, including Albertville, Gunnersville, and Gadsden, at Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
Hi, this is Brent Rhodes, candidate for DeKalb County Commission President. As a lifelong resident of DeKalb County, I care deeply about our people, our values, and our future. On May the 19th, I would truly appreciate your vote. I'm committed to working hard for our community and helping move DeKalb County forward. Best of luck to all of our local teams this year. We're proud of you.
Paid political advertisement by Brent Rhodes, Crossville, Alabama.
A dealership that puts the community first. Welcome to Sam Boswell Honda of Gadsden, your hometown headquarters for all things Honda. From Gadsden, Oxford, Jacksonville, Attala, Boaz, Albertville, Gunnersville, and beyond. We offer Alabama's top selection of new Hondas, plus an extensive lineup of dependable pre-owned vehicles, all at prices you'll love. Thinking about selling your car? We're ready to buy. Find us on East Meagan Boulevard in Gadsden. Explore our inventory anytime at BoswellHondaGadsden.com. Sam Boswell Honda. Vehicles you can depend on, people you can trust.
Friday night lights are shining bright across our community, and Coca-Cola United is proud to be on the sidelines cheering with you. From the first kickoff to the final whistle, we're here to support our hometown athletes, coaches, and fans. Nothing brings people together like football, and nothing refreshes like an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola United, celebrating our community, one game at a time.
The snap is good. The connection is great. FTC brings fiber internet to your home turf this football season. No buffering, no dropped connections, just reliable high-speed internet that's built to perform where it matters most. Whether you're streaming the game or checking the scores, we've got the speed you need. Score big with FTC's Fiber, your home team for high-speed internet. Call 256-638-2144 or visit farmerstel.com today. FTC, we keep you connected.
Take the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard with you wherever you go. Download our free WQSB app for your phone and smart device. Now, back to the scoreboard on Alabama's Country Giant, WQSB.
And congratulations to our Student Athletes of the Week, Tristan Hudson, who runs cross country at Pisgah High School, and Zoe Williams, who plays flag football at Albertville High School. Tristan and Zoe were our Student Athletes of the Week, and that's made possible each week by Bring Your Own Bids Retail and Mike Richards Automotive. Thanks for listening to the High School Football Scoreboard Week 5 of the high school football season. I know the Alabama High School Athletic Association, Phil, says it's week 4, but we've been here for 5 weeks now. And big wins tonight. We're going to just talk about some teams. And you begin to look at 6A Region 8 tonight. Fort Payne had a big test on the road tonight. Trying to defend their region championship. They go on the road. It was a bit of a struggle for a while, but some turnovers there late in the game. Fort Payne able to win 35-28. Gadsden City also on the road. Gadsden City opened the year with a couple of tough losses to some really good teams, but then got a big win over Buckhorn last week, and then they go on the road to Hazel Green. Both those teams that we're talking about, I'm talking about Fort Payne and Gadsden City, both 2-0, and I think those are probably the top 2 teams right now in that region.
Probably so. You know, Fort Payne, they really had a hard time with Mae Jemison. Well, Coach White's in his 3rd season with Mae Jemison, and they have really improved. Won their first 2 region games. And early in the ball game, it was 3-0, like midway through the second quarter. And Mae Jemison had a turnover at their own 8-yard line, and they held Fort Payne to a field goal. And it was only 6-0 at that point. So Mae Jemison hung in this football game. Fort Payne had to work. And of course, you know, this Fort Payne football team had a lot of losses a year ago. But somehow, some way, this team has gotten used to winning, and they like it. And they just keep finding a way. So, yeah, they continue to win. Of course, Gadsden City is probably the most talented team in the region. And, of course, it's going to be great to see these two collide once again, because it's probably going to be for the region title.
You know, I think of Fort Payne last year, Phil, they lost their first 2 games. They lost to Scottsboro, then they lost to Gunnersville, and then they went on that streak where they won 10 in a row all the way to the 3rd round, and where they lost a heartbreaker to Oxford in the playoffs. And you wonder if this Fort Payne team may be on that same path. They had a much more experienced team last year, but now you know, the younger guys that may not have played as much last year getting more experience, had a big game on the road tonight. You know, last time they went on the road, they lost to Gunnersville. They come back and they had a big region game. They go on the road, like you said, struggled a little bit. But they finally got it together, made some big plays, and won the game tonight. Moving on to Class 5A, that was a great game between Gunnersville and Arab tonight. We talked about it earlier. It seems like Arab always gives Gunnersville their best shot. I mean, last year, Gunnersville had to kick a field goal at home on the last play of the game to win 17-15. Tonight, it's a 14-10 contest, and the Gunnersville Wildcats now 5-0. Overall, and they're 3-0 in region play. And again, you look at Scottsboro, they lost early in the first game, week 0, a heartbreaking loss, 2-point loss to Fort Payne, and now they've won 4 in a row. They're 3-0 in region play, and again, you're looking at, I think, the 2 best teams there in Scottsboro and Gunnersville, and of course that game coming up later on in the season.
Yeah, of course, you know, the big standout, the big name that's left on that football team is Jacoby Edmondson.
Oh, yes.
He's a great running back. And of course, they've got a couple of other good backs too. But, you know, I think a lot of improvement from this football team, they're a lot better defensively. And I think that keeps them in football games. And they're just going to grind the ball, depend on their defense. And Edmondson's going to break one every once in a while. And then they're getting good quarterback play, too. They're very young and inexperienced at the quarterback position. But he's getting better and better each week. So this is a good football team. And, of course, Gunnersville's always going to be Gunnersville. And they're always going to have trouble with Arab. So, I mean, it's just marked history. But Arab's going to give them all they want. But this was a lot bigger win than everybody thinks. Yeah, they struggled against Arab, but they always struggle against Arab.
And again, you talk about Jacoby Edmondson, that young man. I think going into the night's game, this is their 5th game of the year. Don't know the stats from tonight, but through those 4 games, he'd rushed for over 700 yards. Almost over 150 yards average per night for that young man going into the game tonight. And he is as Keith Jackson would always say, he is the bell cow of their offense. It's built around him. In Class 4A, Anniston, they had a huge win tonight, Phil, at Hoax Bluff. Coach Mike Robertson's team beat them last year. Going into the game, I thought Hoax Bluff would probably pull off another win, but an impressive win for Coach Jackson's team out of Anniston tonight to come in and not only beat them, but shut out Hoax Bluff at Mike Robertson Stadium.
Yeah, definitely. And Jeff, looking at these 4A teams now, a lot of times we would see regions where you've got top-heavy teams and then weaker teams at the bottom, and a big difference between them. Well, all of a sudden, the last couple of years in Class 4A, it has become a lot more competitive. You're starting to see 3 or 4 or 5 teams that are good in these regions rather than just 1 or 2. So some very competitive football games going down the stretch. Yeah, Anniston has been very impressive. Alexandria has, gotten back to their old Alexandria. Of course, Cherokee County's Cherokee County. So this region's pretty darn tough.
The Cherokee County's a champion until somebody knocks them off. And of course, we know Piedmont beat them in the first game of the year, but Cherokee County's won 4 in a row. But Cherokee County beat them in the first game of the year last year, and then they made a run all the way to the state championship game against Jackson. But Cherokee County is sitting there 4-1. They're 3-0 in region play. The thing about Anniston is they had a big win over Alexandria last week, that 20-18 win there in Anniston last week, and they back it up with a win over Hoax Bluff. Now you're looking at Cherokee County, and it may be for Anniston a win over Cherokee County. If they get that later in the year, looks like they've set themselves up to be the region champion.
Yeah, so that's what it's fallen into. But then all of a sudden, too, you look around in Asheville has all of a sudden put together a couple of big wins. So what are we going to get out of them for the rest of the year, too? All of a sudden, they're in the mix.
And then
is Anniston finally back up in the northern regions? Because I know the last couple seasons they were down south, so they are indeed in that region.
Yes, they're 4A Region 6. So they were last year, and so we'll see with the new reclassification coming up in December. And Phil, you look at the 4A Region 8 right now. Plainview is sitting in a great spot. The Bears are 3-0. They're 4-0 overall. You've got Madison Academy sitting there at 3-0. North Jackson is sitting there 3-0. Those look to be the best 3 teams here in the early going. A lot of football to be played because that is a 9-team region. They've got an extra region game, and when you have an extra region game, that's a little more pressure on you. And so, but Plainview is in good shape. They've got next week is a non-region week. They got Sylvania next week till they get back into the region schedule. So, Coach Dale Pruitt and that team sitting in a good position along with Coach Hollis up at North Jackson. They're defending champion out of 4A Region 8. And again, until they're knocked off, they're the champion, and their only loss was to the very good Scottsboro team in the second game this year for North Jackson.
Of course, you've got a couple of teams in that region that can really pile up the points, that being Westminster and Randolph. But what I like about Plainview, Madison Academy, and North Jackson's physical play. And and what I really like about Plainview, they're very big up front. And what's really improved for this football team, and what I was wondering how it was going to go, is quarterback play. It's been good so far, and this team's been very successful.
Yeah, Owen Hope has had an outstanding year. But again, as you said, I think it's up front. And just last week, I watched North Jackson play as they played on the Alabama Public TV network as they went over to Huntsville last week and played at St. John Paul's. And they dominated that game at the line of scrimmage and also on the defensive line of scrimmage. In Class 3A, it looks like 3A Region 8's going back to that Geraldine Fife matchup later on this year. Two very impressive football teams. Even though Fife went on the road, they lost to a very good Maplesville team. That team has just bounced back, and they're Fife and Ryder Gibson. I got several texts tonight from the folks that said, "Man, he's a great running back."
Yeah, he just takes the place of somebody else. But Ryder Gibson, well, yeah, what a great year he is having so far. And they're going to ride him. He's their bell cow. He's key to this offense. And of course, it's going to be them and Geraldine. But there's one game it's going to be interesting to see later on, and that's that Collinsville-Geraldine game. That game's going to have some kind of implications on this region championship. Of course, Fife's going to be there, Geraldine's going to be there, but Collinsville, even though they lost to Fife, still in it. So this Collinsville-Geraldine game should be interesting.
In 3A Region 6, I think Piedmont went a long way in claiming a region championship tonight there at home against Westbrook. They've got games coming up against Locust Fork and J.B. Pennington and Glencoe. But again, I think Piedmont, after their win over Cherokee County, which is impressive to start the season, they come back tonight, and Westbrook comes to the field of champions, unbeaten. Coach Steve Smith coming in there, as Coach Miller said on the air with us earlier in the program, that he knew that Westbrook had that game circled, but still, Piedmont is Piedmont. They came out on top tonight, and they're the team to beat in that 3A Region 6.
Yeah, definitely so. Of course, you always talk about Raleigh-Pinto anytime you talk about the Piedmont Bulldogs, but what I am impressed with is how good they are on the defensive side of the football. And I think teams have forgotten that in the past, that how good Piedmont is up front on both sides of the football. Yeah, they'll have a lot of stars, but I think what people don't notice about Piedmont is how good they are up front on both sides of the football.
When you look at Class 2A, I think Coosa Christian is the class of 2A Region 6. Their only two losses were to Pierce County, Georgia, which is a state championship team out of Georgia. They lost to Pale City. Pale City's 3-1. They're a 6A team. They lost by 1 point to Pale City. They're sitting there with a 3-2 record, but they're now 3-0 in region play, and they beat Susan Moore tonight. They've already beaten Southeastern in region play. They beat Falkville last week. And I think those are the other teams. Coosa Christian, they're great there. And that North Sand Mountain, Pleasant Valley, and Pisgah, we know that Pisgah's already beaten Pleasant Valley, but I think North Sand Mountain has got to go to Pleasant Valley, then Pisgah and North Sand Mountain play later on in the year. Those three teams are really good in that region.
Definitely so. It's going to come down to between those three, and already Pisgah has won round one. They beat Pleasant Valley. So we'll see how that goes down the stretch, and the biggest thing is, I think, for Pisgah to stay healthy, they have a gauntlet of a schedule. They've got to stay healthy. They have really been run through the ringer, full-quarter football games from beginning to end against very good football teams offensively. So we'll see how that goes. One thing you talked about Coosa Christian, last year this team was very good defensively. They've shut people down and were kind of inconsistent on offense. Well, this year they're putting points on the board. They're maybe not as deep of a team, but a very talented football team, and they're scoring points this year.
They really are. They big win tonight. And then you look at Class 1A, looking forward to that Appalachian and Woodville game. Woodville with a win last week over Spring Garden. Appalachian still has to play Spring Garden later in the year. Spring Garden, the Panthers are going to have something to say in this region. But right now, Appalachian is 5-0, and they're playing best of anyone, I think, in 1A Region 8.
Yeah, definitely head and shoulders above everybody else. Spring Garden, this was a crossroads game for them. They needed the win over Valley Head to keep in that upper echelon of that group of playoff contenders, and they put themselves back in good position. A loss tonight would have been damaging big time. And of course, Valley Head too, they've got to get off the snide now. They've lost a big game to Spring Garden, just like Spring Garden lost to Woodville. They're going to have to rebound. So it's going to be fun down the stretch. Woodville, they just keep seeming to find a way.
Coming up in just a few minutes after this break, we're going to name this week's Team of the Week. Of course, each week our Team of the Week sponsors are Dixie Designs, Wilson's Trophies, and Wilburn's Waxing Solutions. That Team of the Week announcement is coming up next, so stay tuned to the High School Football Scoreboard.
Stock up on home essentials with special savings at Weather's Ace. Keep bugs at bay, especially wasps, hornets, ants, and roaches with savings on select insect killers from Black Flag. Get 2 cans for just $10. Defend against allergies at home with buy 3, get 1 free deal on 1-inch Filtrete 1000 allergen defense air filters in assorted sizes. It's a great time to buy more and save more on dishwashing products from Dawn, Cascade, and Finish. Instant savings are available exclusively for Ace Rewards members. Sign up and start saving today at Weather's Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Support your favorite team in school colors from Dixie Designs, Denson Avenue in Boaz. Dixie Designs can create a logo or custom artwork for your school, church, business, or upcoming event. From screen printing to embroidery, the team at Dixie Designs can do it all. T-shirts, caps, sweats, jackets, polos, uniforms, and much more. Dixie Designs is the official printer of the WQSB Team of the Week T-shirts. Dixie Designs, 415 Denson Avenue in Boaz. Quality sportswear that you can wear every day.
Everybody in the community enjoys a football Friday night, coming together to cheer on your favorite team and schools. For over 75 years, Marshall DeKalb Electric Cooperative has provided the electricity to heat and cool the homes, schools, businesses, and light the playing fields in our communities. Marshall DeKalb Electric employees Jennifer Oliver, Todd Dismukes, Haley Crowden, Colby Kidd, Darrell Ross, and Kelly Knight were proud to play, cheer, and perform for Crossville High School, and now provide you with the power for your everyday life.
Are you struggling with shortness of breath, chronic cough, or sleep issues? There's a new expert in town. Introducing Dr. Zulkarnain, a board-certified pulmonologist now accepting new patients right here in Gadsden. Whether it's asthma, COPD, or sleep apnea, we're here to help you breathe easier and live better. Riverview Pulmonary Associates, located in the Medical Arts Building at 303 Bay Street, Suite 100. Call 256-413-6520 to schedule your appointment with Dr. Zulkarnain today.
A dealership that puts the community first. Welcome to Sam Boswell Honda of Gadsden, your hometown headquarters for all things Honda. From Gadsden, Oxford, Jacksonville, Atala, Boaz, Albertville, Gunnersville, and beyond. We offer Alabama's top selection of new Hondas, plus an extensive lineup of dependable pre-owned vehicles, all at prices you'll love. Thinking about selling your car? We're ready to buy. Find us on East Meagan Boulevard in Gadsden. Explore our inventory anytime at BoswellHondaGadsden.com. Sam Boswell Honda. Vehicles you can depend on, people you can trust.
In sports, every point counts. And at Alpha Insurance, we know when it comes to your budget, every dollar counts. That's why we work to get you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Plus, every Alpha policy comes with personal service from our hometown team. Call Alpha to start saving today.
In North Alabama, call us, Cy Giles and Holly Bobo at the Giles and Bobo Insurance Group.
You can reach us at 256-538-8201 or stop by our office at 410 5th Avenue Northeast in Atala, Alabama.
At Liberty Bank, we value our local schools and are proud to support all of our teams because this is our community too. To everyone who puts in the long hours of practice to help our kids win in life and on the field, we salute you. Whether you're coach from the sidelines, sell concessions, or score touchdowns, the Liberty Bank team is cheering for you. So from our team to yours, let's make it a great season. Liberty Bank, local bankers serving local customers since 1971.
You can listen to high school football action each week on WQSB's sister station. WKXX 102.9 brings you Hoax Bluff Eagles football, and Power 107.5 covers Albertville Aggie football. Now back to the scoreboard on Alabama's country giant WQSB.
And welcome back to the high school football scoreboard. And before we do our team of the week, I would be remiss because Robert Smith from down in Alexandria, he sent me this earlier and I completely forgot about it till I went back and checked. There was a school record set for Alexandria. Now, we know how good Alexandria has been down through the years. Well, he sent me a text tonight that said Alexandria's Cole Wheeler, the quarterback, set an Alexandria school record tonight in their win over Aniana. He was 18 for 20 for 418 yards and 5 touchdowns. Pretty good night for Cole Wheeler tonight, setting school records for Alexandria. And, of course, congratulations to him. And the Valley Cubs got the win tonight after a tough loss last week at Anniston. They come back at home with a big win over Aniana tonight. 49-33. Phil, we talked about 4 teams for our team of the week. Only one of those 4 can be our team of the week. And first of all, I want to talk about the Jacksonville Golden Eagles of Coach Jeremy Sullivan. May have pulled the biggest surprise of the night as Leeds comes in there to Jacksonville tonight. They were undefeated. They were 4-0. They were the 6th-ranked team in Jacksonville. They just didn't slip by them tonight. It was a big win for Coach Sullivan's Jacksonville team, 30-7 over Leeds tonight.
Yeah, the one I want to nominate, of course, the Piedmont Bulldogs. What a huge win. Jonathan Miller, it's the first time we've talked to him since he's been at Piedmont. But they got a block punt to take an early 8-0 lead. Played well defensively early, got out to a 24 lead at 8 lead at halftime, and were able to control the second half. Huge win for the Bulldogs in a very emotional night going against Westbrook. You know, Piedmont celebrated the 2015 state championship team, honored that team before kickoff. Just so happened that Steve Smith happened to be there. But Coach Miller and his Piedmont Bulldogs got the last laugh, so to speak, as they picked up a huge win.
That was a huge win for the Bulldogs. Another Bulldog team did well tonight, and that's the Asheville Bulldogs. After a big win over Aniana, coming from behind last week and winning and getting a 2-point conversion to come away with a close win, the Etowah Blue Devils came to Asheville tonight, and Coach Mark Sanders' team got another big win, 27-19 over the Etowah Blue Devils. I don't know that if Asheville has ever had back-to-back wins over Aniana and Etowah, 2 rivals for them. A big win for Coach Sanders and the Bulldogs of Asheville tonight.
Of course, our last nominee, of course, the Plainview Bears. What a huge win for them. Now 4-0 on the season. It's been a slow process and a slow build for Dale Pruitt, Jeremy Pruitt and company, but they've done an outstanding job. They can now kind of sort of look back and kind of let things fall into place because it's going well right now for the Plainview Bears. Still got a long way to go, but a huge win over Pisgah tonight.
So the 4 teams that we've considered for this week's Team of the Week are the Asheville Bulldogs, Jacksonville Golden Eagles, the Bears of Plainview, and the Piedmont Bulldogs. This week's Team of the Week, the Plainview Bears. Congratulations to Coach Dale Pruitt and the Plainview Bears. A big win over number 2 Pisgah tonight as they win 61-30. We'll be at Plainview next week to present them their Team of the Week trophy and T-shirts. Congratulations, Plainview Bears, this week's Team of the Week.
Where can you find a dealership that makes it easy to buy a new vehicle? WholesaleCars.com. Hi, this is Brett, General Manager of WholesaleCars.com. With today's hectic lifestyle, convenience is everything. Buy with us, and you can make your payments online, over the phone, or even by bank draft. You can even choose your payment date. We offer across-the-board financing with rates that beat most banks. That's just a few reasons that we've earned an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Come see us. WholesaleCars.com. Highway 431, Albertville.
Dreaming of the perfect backyard? Now booking for next year. From stunning 3D designs to one-on-one service, Martinez Pools will bring your vision to life in 2026. Vinyl, fiberglass, orgonite pools, landscaping, sod, irrigation, and waterfalls, outdoor kitchens, hot tubs, and putting greens. Full turnkey service from start to finish. Schedule your spot now. Our openings for next year are limited. Call 256-452-8464 today to reserve your project and make your home the place where kids come to play and memories are made.
This is Jonathan Bright, owner of Jonathan Bright Independent Contracting Services. Are you having roof trouble? Call me today at 256-505-9842. Your local trusted roofer. And from all of us here at Jonathan Bright Independent Contracting, we'd like to say good luck to our Albertville Aggies.
Pax Nursery and Garden Center on Highway 168 between Boaz and Kilpatrick reminds you fall is time for planting, and they have a large selection of fruit trees, blackberry plants, grapevines, blueberry bushes, shade and flowering trees, encore azaleas, hydrangeas, roses, hollies, boxwoods, and much more. They also have mulch, pine straw, concrete pots, and statuary. Follow them on Facebook to see what's new. Pax Nursery and Garden Center, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4:30, and Saturday till noon.
Friday night lights are shining bright across our community, and Coca-Cola United is proud to be on the sidelines cheering with you. From the first kickoff to the final whistle, we're here to support our hometown athletes, coaches, and fans. Nothing brings people together like football, and nothing refreshes like an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola United, celebrating our community, one game at a time.
At Family Savings Credit Union, we believe in people helping people. Whether you're overcoming challenges or building on great credit, we're here with real support, smart guidance, and personalized plans, because you're not just a number, you're family.
Apply online for quick turnaround. FamilySavingsCU.com.
Family Savings Credit Union, where your money grows with you and your family. Member accounts insured by NCUA.
The snap is good. The connection is great. FTC brings fiber internet to your home turf this football season. No buffering, no dropped connections, just reliable high-speed internet that's built to perform where it matters most. Whether you're streaming the game or checking the scores, we've got the speed you need. Score big with FTC's fiber, your home team for high-speed internet. Call 256-638-2144 or visit farmerstel.com today. FTC, we keep you connected.
This football season, Kia of Rainbow City is proud to be part of the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard. And we're bringing that same energy to your driveway. Score big with tons of stylish new Kias, all with low monthly payments and zero down options. Or rush in and check out Kia of Rainbow City's huge lineup of quality pre-owned vehicles. Plus, mention this ad and take an extra $500 off your next vehicle. Come see how we sack the competition at the all-new Kia of Rainbow City. We have your Kia now too.
Your Friday night football tradition continues. Now back to the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard, presented by Southern Elite Realty in Guntersville.
And we're going to wrap it up tonight on the High School Football Scoreboard, but first want to congratulate the Plainview Bears, this week's Team of the Week. Congratulations to Coach Pruitt and the Bears, and we'll see you on Friday for that presentation, Phil.
Let's get it started. Class 7A, Region 4. It was Austin knocking off Albertville 23-14. Albert was getting close, but it was not meant to be, as Austin beats them 23-14. It was Sparkman over Huntsville 36-28. James Clements beat Grissom 40-6. And Florence was a winner, surprisingly, over Bob Jones 24-6. 7A, Region 3. It was Hewitt-Trussville knocking off Hillcrest of Tuscaloosa 24-0. Hoover, big second half. They knocked off Prattville 48-23. Thompson over Vestavia Hills 35-3. And Oak Mountain beat Tuscaloosa County 43-7.
Moving on to Class 6A in Region 8, it was Fort Payne over May Jemison 35-18. Gadsden City doubled up Hazel Green 28-14. Buckhorn shut out Lee 43-0, and Southside had an open date. 6A Region 7, it was Muscle Shoals shutting out Coleman 42-0. Hartselle rolled over Decatur 42-7. Jasper stayed unbeaten with a 30-13 win over Athens, and Columbia was open this week.
In 6A Region 6, it was Mountain Brook knocking off Oxford handily 42-14. Pell City beat Huffman 49-7. Pinson Valley shut out Shades Valley 33-0, and Clay Chalkville all over Brandon, Mississippi 47-15. 6A Region 5, it was Miners slipping past Gardendale 35-33. Woodlawn over Mortimer Jordan 26-21. Homewood beat Jackson Olin 49-0, and Carrollton, Georgia beat Parker in a non-region matchup. It was 43-7.
From Class 5A Region 8 tonight, Boaz won for the 10th time in a row over Douglas 45-14. Guntersville slips by Arab 14-10. On the road tonight, Scottsboro picks up win number 4 over Sardis 42-7. Brewer was open this week. From 5A Region 6, Jacksonville upsets Leeds 30-7. Springville outscores Lincoln 37-34. St. Clair County rolls again tonight 47-9 over Center Point, and Moody slips by Helena 31-28.
5A Region 7, Fairview destroyed Lawrence County 55-6. Priceville beat East Limestone 31-6. Russellville all over Ardmore 42-7, and West Point had an open date. 5A Region 5, Carver knocked down Hayden 60-14. Briarwood over Winona 40-22. Ramsey beat John Carroll 40-7, and Coroner had an open date.
From 4A Region 6 tonight, it was Anniston shutting out Oaks Bluff 24-0. Cherokee County at home tonight beats White Plains 34-18. It was Alexandria behind Cole Wheeler, a big night for Cole, 49-33 over Aniana, and Asheville downs Etowah 27-19. From 4A Region 8, in the non-region game, it was Plainview, our team of the week, defeating Pisgah 61-30. Westminster shuts out DAR 31-0. North Jackson now 4-1 on the year as the Chiefs beat New Hope 49-0. It was Madison Academy over Madison County 48-13, and Randolph got the win over St. John Paul 44-14.
4A Region 5, it was Good Hope all over Cordova 34-6. Fultondale beat Dora 29-14. Hamilton was a winner over Curry 48-21. Fayette County blistered Haleyville 61-21. 4A Region 7, it was West Morgan over Hatton 23-14. Danville beat East Lawrence 20-6. Central of Florence beat West Limestone 49-27. It was Brooks over Wilson 35-21. Deschler had an open date this week.
Moving on to Class 3A and 3A Region 8, Fife over Brindley Mountain 54-14. Geraldine rolls over Holly Pond 45-6. Collinsville gets by Asbury 43-19, and Sylvania picks up their first win over White Plains 35-14. Big win for the Piedmont Bulldogs. They stayed unbeaten, beating Westbrook 40-27. In 3A Region 6, it was J.V. Pennington defeating Holly Pond 46-14. Ohatchee gets win number 1, 21-13 over Weaver. Walter Welborn beats Sachs 36-12, and Glencoe was open this week.
3A Region 5, it was Vinemont over Carbon Hill 38-6. Oakman all over Hansville 62-13. Winfield destroyed Phil Campbell 55-28, and Gordo all over Midfield 56-20. 3A Region 7, Clements outslugged Elkmont 50-31. Colbert County slips past Rogers 42-35. Colbert Heights all over Sheffield 60-13. Number 1 ranked Mars Hill Bible, they defeated Lauderdale County 42-7.
From 2A Region 6 tonight, Coosa Christian rolls over Susan Moore 56-26. It was Cleveland outscoring West End 33-26. Southeastern gets by Faultville 21-14 in a non-region game. Coal Springs gets a win over Winston County 44-18. From 2A Region 7, North Sand Mountain shuts out Gaston 54-0. Section gets their first win of the year, 19-7 over Cedar Bluff, and Pleasant Valley picks up win number 4 on the year, 48-7 over Sandrock.
It was 2A Region 8, Decatur Heritage beat Tharptown 49-26. Red Bay beat Lexington 34-21. Tanner was a big winner over Belgreen 30-13. 2A Region 5, Vincent all over Sulligent 34-8. Isabella beat Aliceville 30-22. Tuscaloosa Academy beat Greene County 41-12. Lamar County had an open day.
Moving on to Class 1A tonight, where Appalachian shuts out Eider 49-0. Woodville slips by Raglan 37-34. It was Spring Garden bouncing back and knocking off Valley Head at home 58-23. And Galesville had an open date. 1A Region 6, it was Winterboro shutting out Donahoe 46-0. Wadley, the state champion, defending state champion and number 1 in 1A, they win again 63-6. And Woodland and Fayetteville both had open dates.
In 1A Region 5, it was Lynn getting a forfeit victory over Summerton Christian. It was Hubbardsville beating Marion County 61-28. Pickens County all over Brilliant 57-6. Berry beat South Lamar 54-33. 1A Region 7, Addison all over Hackleburg 46-16. Meek beat Waterloo 64-6. Cherokee was a winner over Vina 26-6. And Shoals Christian come from behind to knock off Phillips 32-19.
And week number 5 is in the books on the high school football scoreboard. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll be back next week at 9 o'clock for another night of high school football right here on the High School Football Scoreboard. For Phil Harris, for Trey Avery, for Andrew Kilpatrick, Seth Hopper, Anthony Ridgeway. I think Stone Reagan is in the other room. Just a host of thousands out there. We appreciate you listening in. I'm Jeff Allen saying good night, everyone, and have a great weekend.